Right, so what do you call it? Hold up, where's the thingy? Not that one. We're gonna go with one. Not that one. Not that one. That one. Right. You can hear me. I've changed the fucking settings, so hopefully I'll put the FNAF shit in the back like we usually do, right? But I'm gonna record this one. So let me know if it ever drops frames or gets laggy or anything, okay? Just keep me posted on that front. Cause if it starts getting laggy, it's because I'm like recording it at the same time. Hello, Jaquan. Okay, that's fine. I fuck with the music, but I'm recording it in separate audio form, so I won't, pick up the audio through the fucking mic, so it'll be easier for me to edit. Anyway, you know the deal. You, this is a tier list that's made for power scaling, but the rest of them don't look as nice, so we're just gonna use this one anyway, because nice and pretty. But yeah, there are a few characters missing off this list, but not any big ones. So everything I saw is going to be documented. Oh, what do you mean everything you saw? I mean, I'm going to be cutting it up to hell, because I don't know if the last couple of videos are doing not ideal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just try and ship more videos out, see what happens. See what happens anyway. So, is there anywhere we should start? Should we get the top tiers out? Like, what? I feel like, should we just start with the S rank? So, everything you say is going to be documented. True. Right. So, we're going to start off really easy. Look at any of my fucking videos. We're going to get the easy shit out the way, right? Kusakabe is obvious S tier. Though I do have problems with his dialogue in the most recent chapter, I still think he's really fucking cool. Obviously, right? Blocks Uzumaki. Potentially uses simple domain to survive maximum meteor. Saves Higuruma. Fights Sukuna 1v1 sufficiently, right? He he narrates the commentary. He narrates the fight between Sukuna and Gojo better than the narrator could, because he's literally just a gay self-insert, which is, that's fine. That's perfectly fine, Okay, that's on the left. That's fine. Perfect. For some reason, why doesn't Discord say that I'm streaming? Oh, there we go. There it is. Anywho, delay feels longer than normal. Is that because the recording? I don't know, dude. I mean, edit. We can take a look. See, customization. I think it would be here, wouldn't it? Message delay, live reactions. Isn't there a fucking? I forget the setting. I forget. The list is about what I expected. What list? What do you mean this list? The list hasn't fucking started yet, bro. What? There might be a bit more of a delay. Hold up, can I change it to the lower latency? It's on low. Can I not change the latency? Fuck. I mean, fuck it. I don't think it's because I think it's just because it's automatically chose that, I guess, since I'm recording. I don't know. We'll see anyway. Since I'm going to be recording this and cutting it up and turning it into a video, seeing what happens, that will probably be better for me anyway, so I'm not constantly talking to chat like I always am. I will obviously reply to you. I'll talk to you. Feel free. Just type as much shit as you usually do anyway. I'll still fucking reply to you. Anyway, Kusakabe is a go. All the feats I said earlier. People seem to forget that he took a blue amplified punch. We don't know how he reacted to it, but since he's Kusakabe, he probably ate that shit like a champ. He has a sister. He's stated to be the strongest grade 1 by Mei, Nanami, and Gojo. He is a fucking king. We know this. You all know this. He's the GOAT. He's Kusakabe. He is the best, right? Let's get all the fucking top tiers for me out the way first. All the gods of the verse. Who's god like? Where is he? There he is. You know he's the boy. Naoya. Naoya is a character archetype that I absolutely adore, and he's the exact opposite to Joso. Since they're pretty much polar opposites and run parallel to each other, I'll describe them kind of at the same time and compare them a little bit. So Naoya as a character is obviously really fun. He is made so you hate him, obviously, right? Naoya, check out the streams, YouTube people. Fucking Yojukwan, the best mod in chat. Am I a mod? I think I'm the best mod. I'm fucking cool as hell. Anyway, Naoya, he's introduced for you to hate him. Within the first page of you seeing him, in all the pages he's in on his introduction, he says something to make him seem like a dick. He's either saying women must be 3 steps behind, or he's saying, you know, just calling people fucking idiots. He doesn't care that Naruto's dead, like his own father. Like, he is immediately portrayed to be someone that you should dislike and just hate. He's a love-to-hate character, right? In the most perfect sense of the word. And, what you call it? All my favourites have enough time to be too high to be top tiers. Hold up. Let me do something real quick. All my favourites don't have enough time to be top tiers. Do you mean Euro? I think you just mean Euro. Hold up, let me just fucking do something real quick. I'm just gonna get rid of some stuff. Don't need that anymore. Don't know what I just deleted. Delete that. I'm just deleting some shit that I didn't even fucking realise was on screen. Nothing important anyway. I think he serves his character well. I agree. Cursia, I feel like he also plays into a little bit of world building as well, slightly. In the fact that, you know, he comes back as a curse. Naruto should have hit Naoya harder as a child. No, because then Naoya would have hit Maki harder. That doesn't make any sense. Because, you know, all the flashbacks we get of Naruto are all like, I think there's 2. They're very intriguing. They're they're like single pages or single panels, but they're super intriguing. The first one we see is of, what you call it? Naoya as an adult kicking the shit out of a child Maki in like a t-shirt and jeans, and he's just like stamping on the ground. That's the first flashback. And then the second flashback, he's got you gotta do one day set up dual streaming with Twitch. I don't have any pull on YouTube, but I can. Dog, I still don't know if it's allowed. I've looked it up, but there's nothing conclusive about whether or not you can stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, because I am still affiliate on Twitch, because I used to stream there daily during like COVID and shit. But anyway, I said the dreaded C word. Just every flashback we get, the second flashback we get of him with Toji showing us his entire worldview being destroyed and being kind of ironically open-minded towards Toji, unlike the rest of his clan and his brothers, while also being incredibly close-minded towards Maki because she's a woman, even though she's exactly the same as Toji. It's intriguing. He low-diffed Kid Maki. I mean, obviously, clearly. I've got the panel. It's just brutal. But, you know, he dies to Maki's mother as a bit of a tiny bit of a redemption for her as a character. But it doesn't, you know, kill him probably because, you know, he's a sorcerer, so he needs to be killed with cursed energy. That doesn't work out, so he comes back as a Curse or whatever you want to call him. He comes back as a worm, and he evolves into a skull vagina, and then he just becomes a uterus. All those designs go hard as hell, I'm not gonna lie. Except the worm. The worm's a bit fodder, but, like, the rest of them look pretty fucking dope. He's a character who's just... There's nothing... Like, there isn't anything redeemable about him, right? He's just a piece of shit. And he's written in a way for him to be unlikable, but his design kicks ass, his curse technique kicks ass, you give him a domain, he fights Choso, he gets really cool fights. He has, like, more fights than a lot of characters, like, more than he should. He gets a fight against Maki, fight against Choso, and a fight against Maki, Kamo, Daido, and Sumo. Like, he gets a lot of fights, surprisingly enough, right? But, as I say, now he has a character who was, you know, kind of similar to Gojo in the sense that he's born and bred to be, like, mega sorcerer, and as a result he's also very he just doesn't like his family at all. They're below him, right? So he sees his brothers and he's like, they're not worthy, they should kill themselves, they're fodder. He sees them carrying weapons around and he thinks they're fucking stupid. He's like, you should hide weapons, you know, like Toji-sama did. So he pulls out the knife against Choso. He's just like the exact opposite of Choso, and you see that perfectly paralleled in the fight between the two. He's incredibly cruel, but it's well written. Yeah, he's cruel in the perfect way. I saw a fucking shit post where it was like, okay, you're Zenin. What do you do in this situation? Take a vacation, then come back to see the entire Zenin clan destroyed by a woman just because the strongest, wasn't there. It's pretty funny. Anyway, he also fought Choso and Yuji. Yeah, he fought both of them at once and low diffed the two of them in CQC. And this is like post Shibuya Yuji after hitting fucking Black Flash after Black Flash, and Choso who beat a Yuji like pre-Black Flash. These aren't like weak characters, and now he's just throwing hands at them and kind of demolishing them. Yes, now you kind of gets beat by Choso undoubtedly, but at the same time it's also because of his hacks. Like Uraume is someone who's fighting with Akari to a stalemate, and she took damage from, you know, Choso's blood because it's such a hack's ability. And it's the same for Naoya. Naoya, if it went for, you know, the poison of Choso's blood, would not would not have beaten him, right? Now you would have just destroyed him because he was getting slowed down and he was at point blank still dodging shit, even though he's being slowed down, right? But then, supernova, whatever. But yeah, anyway, moving on from that, parallel, the opposite of now, yeah, I hate my brothers, they should die, is Choso. I love my brothers, they should live, right? Choso is a character, great, incredibly simplistic. He is the overprotective, brother stereotype, just personified perfectly to a caricaturized degree, right? So upon his introduction, the first thing we see or hear him say is, "Oh, my brothers are dead," like immediately. Like that's his introduction line is that, so we immediately know, okay, that's his character, big brother. That's it. We immediately get that, and he retains that throughout the entire series. I say the entire series because he's pretty much concluded now with the most recent chapters. Choso's story is donezo. He is gone, done. Flame arrow, like, he's gone. But every little bit with him along the way is great. We get the Choso fight with Yuji, him getting revenge. Then we get his breakdown as he realizes he's related to the dude he just pretty much murked. Then after that, we get the showdown with Kenjaku. The anime only makes it look a lot less one-sided than it actually was. In the manga, it's just like Kenjaku just slaps the shit out of him. In the anime, like, he's flying, he's doing shit, But in the manga, it's like nothing happens, right? But then we get past that, it's Yuji and Choso Vest. Now, yeah, then it's Choso Vest. Now, yeah, then we get the perfect prep arc, and we get the separate groups of those who protect Tengen and those who participate and prepare for the Culling Games. So, Maki perfect prep, and the rest of the cast going through the Culling Games, and Choso's just chilling with Yuki and Tengen for about 100, not 100, 80, 70 chapters. We don't really see him a lot, right? We don't really see him at all. And we get a lot of... we don't get anything about Choso during that time, obviously, because he's not there. But when we do see him again, we get a lot of development for him. We get, the theater stuff with Tengen and Yuki saying, like, oh, you've died as a curse, live as a human, all that stuff. We see, what you call it? We see Choso kind of, discuss himself in the sense of, it was clear that me and my brothers were born to fight together, but I took the easy route. He sees himself as still being a piece of shit because he took the easy way and decided to kill humans instead of, just trying to live with his brothers. It's intriguing. I still stand by the fact that I don't like the Wing King amp. I don't like that at all. Or, because I like my brothers, I get a new facet of my curse technique. That's not how that fucking works. It is not Dragon Ball, right? You don't do that, right? You don't just unlock a new ability like that. That's not how it fucking works, okay? But Choso does that. Choso goes like, I love my brothers, dude. I will fight elegant like Iso, freely like Kechizu, and powerful like Yuji. So he shoots his arm off in like a really cool panel and grabs Kenjaku by the neck. And then Kenjaku uses, Kaori, like fucking Yuji's mom's anti-gravity, which her having anti-gravity is like one of the biggest ass pulls to me in JJK. I really, really hate that, but whatever. We're not talking about Kenjaku yet. One of the nice things about Choso is that even though much of his character centralizes around his dynamic with his brothers, he's also his own character and has his main person. He got a power move and buff. It's also, like, they do humor a lot of the times. Like, as soon as he realizes Yuji's his brother, he goes, call me Oni-chan, please, I beg. He gets, like, fun stuff around his character. He does. Like, the last thing he fucking hears is, like, Yuji saying, like, Choso, Oni-chan, or whatever the shit, right? Like, there is wholesome stuff about it, but, he is, at the same time, as we see in the Kenjaku fight, like, he is his own character in the sense, away from his brothers, even though a lot of that fight is centered around that. We still get plenty of stuff like, like Choso, like, realizing he's just killed so many people, right? Which is funny, because when we go to not the commentary, kind of the commentary, like, when Gojo sees Choso, he doesn't immediately fucking kill him. Like, this is someone who got him locked away. Like, imagine if it was anyone else who attacked Gojo and put him in the prison realm. If, like, Mahito was just around and was friends with everyone, or Jogo, or Hanami, or Dagon, or Kenjaku, it was just chilling. Would Gojo have accepted them as, like, a good guy now? Like, upon seeing Choso on site, Gojo should have fucking exploded him. But he didn't. But instead, we get this, like, wholesome panel of them doing, like, the slam dunk smile and, like, in a volume extra page, which is wholesome. But it's still, like, Gojo, you should fucking hate him. He shot blood through hundreds of people to get to you, bro. Like, it's ridiculous. I will fight freaky like Iso. Choso then gets freaky and Kinjaku starts gathering blood-borne viruses. I keep seeing so many shit posts being like, yo, if Choso had HIV, he'd be special grade. I'm like, brother, he's pretty much already special grade. If his corpse can block a flame arrow, even if it's binding vowed and like different stats, that's still ridiculous. Like, imagine just being able to like do a fucking Piccolo in front of like an arrow that's supposed to destroy an entire city, and you just eat that shit. I know it's like only aimed at a single target, and that's part of the binding vow, but even still, that's like a big feat. It's really weird. Anyway, who else is in the top 5? I fuck with Miguel. I'll put him up there as well. Obviously, I love Miguel, you know. Got a video on him. Accidentally, as soon as I finished that video, a couple weeks later, he appears back in the manga, so that video's outdated, but it was still fun. What is Choso? Was Joso Magic Johnson? I know the fucking reference, but yeah. Anyway, Miguel, really fun character. Someone who fought on equal terms as Gojo Satoru. If you go by the JJK Zero film, clearly fucking not. In the manga, it's a lot more up for interpretation because we don't really see any of it. But I mean, there are little inklings you can gather from the fact that like the black rope was, by the time we see them, like half gone. So he has been continuously using it against Gojo. He's probably just been healing any little wounds he gets from RCT. But yeah, he shows up, teaches Yuta more about cursed energy. He has a very simple curse technique that just kind of gives him buffs and applies debuffs. It's kind of similar to like domain buffs. So like when you're inside someone's domain, you get stronger, they get kind of weaker, that kind of thing. But he applies that as his curse technique, but without an actual domain. It's incredibly simple. And he gets compared to Gojo, and Gojo saying, oh, if I didn't have my curse technique and, you know, he would win the sprint, I would win the marathon. Like, stupid statements like that which don't make sense, but he is compared a lot to Gojo, because he is built fucking different. Miguel never fails to boogie down in Sukuna's face. He does, like, capoeira shit and starts throwing himself around on the floor. It's really cool. It's really intriguing. Like, he punches Sukuna, he does stuff, him and LaRue doing shit. What is the premise of this list? Same stuff as always. This is just my favourites. I'm going through it again because I'm recording this one, and I'm going to cut it up. Just how much you like them, yeah. Obviously, Kusakabe would be on the top no matter what the fucking list is. How strong the character is, Kusakabe on the top. How cool they are, Kusakabe on the top. How much I love him, Kusakabe on the top. How big the top, Kusakabe top. Who the fuck else do I want to talk about? Like, Miguel, there's not much else to say. There is, like, a lot of questions that we don't really have the answers to. Like, why is he the only, like, we only have, like, a handful of sorcerers outside of Japan. But why specifically Miguel, and why is he so much stronger than, like, most of the sorcerers in the series, despite not being in Japan because of Tengen's barrier? Gyatjo. You know, we talk about Gojo. Since I last did this list, like, I last did this stream, like, a couple months ago, and we got more chapters, and Gojo's showing up again, kind of, and I've thought about it a bit more. I'd put Gojo a bit higher, to be honest. I like Gojo as a character. Obviously, nowhere near as much as these. He'll move down, like, the bottom of it as this continues. But, boys, guess who just finished watching the Shibuya arc? Oh no, I'm sorry, brother. If you stay here, you are gonna get fucking mollywopped with spoilers, brother. Holy shit. I don't know. I feel like I can't talk now. Fuck. What do you like about Miguel specifically? The fact that, you know, his character is very fun. Like, Gojo being racist to him and him going, no, I'm not racist. I'm just built, like, I'm not a stereotype. I'm just built different. Not all black people are incredibly powerful. I'm just Miguel. And Gojo's like, oh shit, I'm racist. Like, that shit's funny. Miguel as a character, working for Geto, and him being a realist and saying, oh, Geto's probably in hell. His character is intriguing. The fact that he wasn't willing to fight Sukuna. I'm sorry, I don't want to spoil you, dude. I'm sorry. But, like, Miguel, you know, he wasn't willing to get into the major fights unless Sukuna was injured first. He wouldn't go in before domains. He wasn't going to be there before Sukuna was injured. He was not willing to do that. He's like a realist in a similar sense to Kusakabe, and he's a defensive tank similar to Kusakabe, because he just ate blue amplified punches from Gojo like an absolute psychopath. Dude is built strangely, but it's cool. Kusakabe has too much aura. You know he's already at the top. But yeah, where do you put Juzo, Raccoon Man? Let me fucking talk about Gojo first, right? So, the little bits and pieces extra we get about Gojo recently, like the little flashbacks we see of him not caring about what happened to his corpse, because it's very intriguing to see in hindsight, like, if you were to read it chronologically of like all the like the little bits of training and stuff we see and all the flashbacks and stuff before the Sukuna and Gojo fight, it still would be very difficult to tell who would have won. It's easy to say now, oh my god, what are they on about? What are they yapping about? Where it's like Gojo thinking he wouldn't lose, you know, when he's talking about Yuta taking his corpse, because he doesn't think he's going to lose. No one thinks he's going to lose. Shoko doesn't think he's going to lose. I feel like people should be able to gather from looking at it, but let's see if you can figure it out. But yeah, I've talked about before, I've been kind of turned on the Gojo train a little bit. You know, I like how his power represents a lot of things. Him just being the strongest, just affecting everyone intrinsically, not even on purpose. Just by him existing, not only does the power ceiling get lifted in the entire verse, it causes him to be a fucking lonely, miserable git. You know, it drives Geto insane. It drives him to be an absolute racist. It drives, like, his just raw ability. Like, even before RCT, before the fight with Toji, he was, like, mega busted, right? You still could say arguments that, you know, like, during the hidden inventory act before the fight with Toji, maybe Yuki was the strongest sorcerer, someone else, or, like, a different special grid. Like, probably not, obviously not Geto, but, like, you know, maybe, I don't know, Yuki's, like, the only other one you could say, but whatever, right? I have grown to like Gojo a lot more. There are little bits and pieces where, like, I'm not the biggest fan of him in the world, but compared to, obviously, everyone on the top row, because at the end of the day, he is, like, a relatively simple character compared to Kusakabe, obviously, because Kusakabe is a depthless abyss that we will never understand truly, because he's just that deep. But, you know, I still fuck with Gojo. You know, he's pretty tight. Is there anyone you want me to talk about? Juzo. How is Miguel S? He's, what the fuck does that say? I can't see what that says. I'll talk about Juzo. Where is he? He's down here. He's cool, but come on, man. You just need to read all his fights and shit again. Can I derail the conversation and ask if you think Gojo would have gotten mid-diffed without him hitting a Black Flash? I mean, at that point, it didn't really change much. All that happened after he landed the Black Flash is Agito got summoned. I mean, you could argue the reason that amplified Purple at the end of the fight, the big explosion, the only reason that happened was because you landed Black Flash after Black Flash. And once you hit one, you're going to hit another. That's usually how it goes anyway. So maybe it would have, I wouldn't say mid-diff, but it would have been a different fight. Because, you know, Gege, despite him hitting Gojo, still likes to make it, you know, it was still 10 chapters of fighting. So, you know, I think most recent chapter is interesting when it comes to Kusakabe. What does it mean about him? The reason I say the most recent chapter to me is intriguing as a Kusakabe fan is because we see a little interaction which is just wholesome for me. Where, like, Shoko, when discussing the possibilities of Yuta taking Gojo's body, she just, like, she offers Kusakabe a cigarette and he just goes, no. Because in, like, an old Q&A, Gege said the reason Kusakabe is always sucking on lollipops is because he stopped smoking. And I just thought that was a nice, wholesome, little drawn interaction. It was quite wholesome. But anyway, Juzo unfortunately falls into this weird place where he has a huge impact on, a decently big impact on the story, but at the same time, he is dog trash and there's nothing to say about him. What do you mean he got RCT back when he got the Black Flash? I thought he did. It buffs your RCT. It makes your, it increases your RCT. Like, you see, you know, I'm trying to think of an example. Well, another example, because that's just kind of like the perfect one. I mean, you see his arm grow back and stuff. After he gets, like, a Black Flash barrage, he regrows his arms and then hits more Black Flashes. It's insane. But anyway, let me get through this. Juzo, he creates Dragonbone, he creates Haruta's sword, he creates a bunch of cursed tools to the point where the Zenin clan keep is like a little workshop to themselves, and is the whole reason that Maki goes back to the Zenin clan. That's the reason why. For the Perfect Prep arc, she goes back to the Zenin clan because of Juzo's creations and shit, right? You could argue probably she still would have went back there anyway because she would have wanted all the other cursed tools besides Juzo's, but she did have Juzo's strongest tool for some reason. I don't know where she got Dragonbone from, but she just had it after she get burnt to a crisp. But he made Dragonbone, which is cool. He makes cursed tools from people, which is intriguing intrinsically. But there is nothing beyond that. It's intriguing in concept, but we don't have anything else to go on about him. He's barely a character. He's more of a plot device. He fights Gakuganji. He wants to make a coat rack out of people and a wallet out of Gakugan. It's like, it doesn't really matter. You know, I don't... This is like such a non-character. This is how most people feel about Kusakabe. The way people think about Kusakabe, I feel about Juzo. Like, fuck off. He's a non-character, bro. He does not matter. But anyway, have you got any more suggestions? Because there's not an awful lot, to be honest. The most durable character that Kusakabe cannot... Who is the most durable character Kusakabe can cut a limb off? I mean, he sliced Sukuna a fuck ton. If he had better aim, he might have took off an arm. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. The thing is, we don't have a fuck ton for Kusakabe's AP, and that's always been his huge problem scaling wise. Like, defensive powerhouse, attack, we don't really know much. But anyway, is there any more characters? Because if not, I'm just going to go on my own. So, I prefer Geto to Gojo still, right? I really like Geto as a character, because he's... Shut up. Based off how freaky they are. Shut up. I still think, you know, Geto and Gojo are kind of intriguing in the sense of they start opposites and then they cross over and become opposites again. So when we first see him in the Hidden Inventory arc, he's like, save people, save the weak, protect the weak. Gojo's like their fodder who gives a fuck. Don't even put up the veil. I don't even care. And then Gojo, whilst he doesn't become purely altruistic, Gojo is not a good person by any means, right? He is a bit of a dickhead. You know, Geto goes the complete opposite way of like once being pure altruism, just to suddenly becoming, I'm just gonna have to kill all of them. Fuck it, why not? If I'm gonna save everyone, I have to kill more than half of the majority of the population. And Gojo kind of goes the opposite way, where he's like, he doesn't care about people, and then after the Hidden Inventory and Geto goes insane and kills his family, Gojo is like, because he was on his own, because I was the strongest, everyone else needs to be stronger. Why does everyone think Geto's the most freaky? It's obviously Mahito. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I like Geto's ability set. I do like her spirit manipulation. I like the Kuchisake on it. I like the Rainbow Dragon. I like, Maximo Uzumaki is cool. If you've read Junji Ito Uzumaki, pretty cool manga. He's pretty fun. He got decked by Toji in a really sad way. It's pretty messed up, but, Haruto after taking a... What, WCS? Which one's WCS? WCS? Am I fucking dumb? Hollow Purple, Spherfix figured Maximo Uzumaki, and Meteor. He can still have one more fatal injury. It's true! It's true. World Cutting Slash. That's what it's called. I know there's a delay in chat, and you're probably going to type it now already, but I just got it in my head. World Cutting Slash, Hollow Purple. Technically speaking, probably, and it's so fucking stupid. Who are we going for next? Is the Worm on the tier list? Unfortunately not, because it'd be S tier. I'll put another one up there. Dagon, the reason I love him, right, is purely aesthetic and personal, right? So, you just explained you like depth from Gojo and Geto. Why do you love Dagon? First of all, it's called fucking Dagon. I love H.P. Lovecraft. Second of all, he looks like Cthulhu, and he's modelled after that. Even the wings on his back, it's a big Cthulhu reference. I love H.P. Lovecraft. Number 3, I love H.P. Lovecraft, and he's an octopus. And when he's just a womb, he looks adorable. He's just a cute little guy, right? And his moveset is intriguing. The sure hit effect of invisible fish infinitely attacking you that you can't fucking see unless you have Symbol Domain or Falling Blossom of Motion. That's really cool. And he can still attack you at the same time. Dagon equals Dagon and Rico the same person, obviously. That's cause water, right? Didn't you know? Dagon must be Rico reincarnated because water. We all know this. This isn't a theory. Gege confirmed it. Like, he confirmed that the Gojo family is still alive by saying the word probably. Anyway, who else we got? Anyone got any fucking others? I mean, I'll do Haruta, because I think he's on this. He's on here. There are a few missing on here, I will not lie, but if there's anyone missing, they're probably not worth mentioning. Is Haruta not on here? No, he is, unfortunately. That's a shame. Haruta, I'll put him above Juzo. He's in a similar sense, but worse, because everyone inarguably doesn't like Haruta's character. There is nothing likable about it, and there's no depth to it like Naoya. There's nothing fun about it like Naoya. It's not even funny in its absurdity, where like Naoya is misogyny pushed to 11, 3 steps behind. It's not even that kind of like outlandishly mind-boggling. It's just Haruto, oh, I'm a psychopath, I like to kill women. Ooh. Like, that's the depth. His depth is a pond, bro. While now, yeah, may be a infinite fucking thing for you to discuss and talk about, Haruto can get like two seconds. Bro's fodder. That's all you need to say. Also, sup Joe Balls. Anyway, but despite that, his curse technique is also intriguing. The luck-based stuff where he will survive despite him passively not understanding his own curse technique, intriguing. That's fun. I like that. But at the same time, it's the only thing carrying his character to not make him the worst character in the entire series. His curse technique itself is the only thing that's likable. Haruto's just being a little silly, but he's unlikable. I do not like him. Anyway, is there anyone you want me to place, right? Or should I just go on my own? Because right now, where do I put Ino? He might change. He might go above Gojo and Geto, but let me just talk about him first. And it'll probably make me feel where I'm going to put him. But Takuma Ino is a character I very much enjoy. Unfortunately, a lot of his depth is kind of hidden. A lot of these characters have depth like fucking Dark Souls games. And what I mean by that is that you have to read fucking item descriptions and mid-chapter profile pages and Q&As and the fan book to get like the really interesting stuff about them, right? It's not just in the fucking manga. Sorry that I've been late. I was drawing. Fucking put it in my Discord, bro. I'll look at that shit. Anyway, I'll do Jogo next. But Ino as a character, it has a fun curse technique. There's a lot to discuss about it. That's why I did a fucking video on it. He is, he's been memed to shit, the shiesty sorcerer. He is a fun character. He's a character that plays into the theming of Jujutsu Kaisen that is very prevalent in the sense that the theme of passing on to the next generation, where Gojo's whole philosophy since the Hidden Inventory arc and seeing Geto's downfall is like the next generation, making them as strong as possible so they don't have the same problems that I did. That kind of thing. And Ino fits that perfectly. I forgot that I even had those on the screen, I'm going to be honest. I think that just means one person subbed on YouTube. Pardon me. Well, I've got a Discord. Yes, it's in the description of all of my videos, Chief. Anyway, Ino, his relationship with Nanami is very intriguing. And he doesn't beat the shiesty allegations at all. Because if you read his character profile, it's stated that, he doesn't want Nanami's sword initially. He doesn't want that. When Nanami's alive, Ino, when becoming a grade 1, wants Nanami's watch for like a celebration. He's like, when I become a grade 1, give me your Rolex. Did that happen again? Did someone else sub? I don't fucking know. There's just noises happening. But anyway, when Ino's whole gimmick is he's strong enough to become a grade 1, I feel like undoubtedly, right? When we see him against, when we see him against Ogawa and her grandson, it's like you could argue he's like semi-grade 1, grade 1, but he's definitely, since he's on the battlefield against Sukuna and he's hit him with he's using Kirin and he's hit him with Ryu, he's obviously a grade 1, right? Obviously, he has a simple domain on top of that. He's grade 1. He would have wanted Nanami's watch, not anything else. He wouldn't want his tie, his fucking anything like that. He would have wanted Nanami's watch, which is crazy to me. Like, just imagine saying, if I get a promotion tomorrow, give me your Rolly. How does that work? Ino is just like, he's just trying to steal Nanami's watch. It's crazy. But then him, after Nanami's death, taking over the mantle and using Nanami's sword. But even before he does that, he asks for permission from Gojo and all of his friends. He's just a respectful ass dude at the end of the day. He asks for permission to use Nanami's sword, and then everyone else goes, you knew him better than any of us. You were his BFF. He's like, fucking yeah, I was. And he uses the ratio sword against Sukuna. It's cool. I think Ino, he's not a ridiculously deep character. He doesn't need to be. He doesn't have enough, credence in the narrative to be a deep character. There's not enough time for him to be one. But the depth he does have is intriguing, and it's nice, and it's simple, and it's wholesome. He is the next generation, of Nanami, right? The same way that, Gojo is, passing down his generations to Megami and Yuji, and, his students, Nanami, through Ino, in, a very more literal way with his sword. And it's cool. Ino is cool. He's dope. So before Hikari, Gojo didn't have any brilliant sorcerer besides... Oh, what do you mean? So before Hikari, Gojo didn't have any brilliant sorcerers besides maybe Ino. I mean, he is 21. I mean, there was Ichiji, the god Ichiji. Let me just talk about Jogo real quick. So I'm not putting him there. I'm just figuring out where I want to put him. So let me just talk about him so I can get a feeling for where I want to put Jogo. Fuck. If an enemy hit a black flash on top of ratio, what do you think would happen? The world splits into two and we all die. I don't fucking know. I mean, if he hits someone, all his hits are always on ratio. So if he hits a hit and it happens to be a black flash, it will be a ratio black flash. You have JJK 0 that shows you like a black flash, which was probably one of those. But, I'm not, that's true. But anyway, Jogo as a character, yet again, not super deep. But that he doesn't need to be at the end of the day. He is a fine villain. He plays his part, you know. He does have a little bit of depth to him. He slowly evolves in the interactions we see him with Gojo and Sukuna, right? Like, everyone loves to make the memes of, Joe Goat. As I said that, it popped up on my screen, Foxy. Nice one. But, he is also a character who, unfortunately, faced the two strongest characters in a row exclusively, right? But at the same time, everything he does is, like, praiseworthy. Using Maximum Meteor, he has a domain. Like, he is one of, if not the strongest disaster cast. There's always debate between whether it's him or Mahito, but he is, there's always debate about it, whether or not he is or is not the strongest, right? But he's kind of humble, asking how many Sukuna fingers and all. The thing is, that's what I'm talking about in regards to his depth, right? So when we first see Jogo interact with someone who is, quote-unquote, the strongest, right, Gojo, he's full of ego. He thinks he's one-tapped him immediately, right? Even though Kenjaku would have told him about the Limitless, he assumes that, I've just threw lava on him, he must be dead. Even though Gojo's just kind of like, fucking, what? No, you silly Billy. And then they hold hands and he duffs him in the fucking chest. Like, Jogo gets his head ripped off, Infinite Void, he gets fucking demolished. And then after the fight, he's like, okay, if he revives Sukuna, how many fingers worth is he? Blah, blah, blah. And then he fights Sukuna, and then he clashes with him. He won't use his domain because he's smart enough to know that he'd lose a clash with domains. And we know for a fact now, as soon as we saw MS and we realized it didn't have a barrier, we know for a fact he would have been fucked. Even without it, like, even if Sukuna didn't use it, he would have been fucked. And we see the flame arrow in Shibuya. We get the perfect speech of, stand proud, you're strong, because Jogo was strong. Kenjaku says he's about 7-8 fingers worth, and that's crazy. Because there's not a lot of characters. He's not top 5. He's maybe not even top 10 because there's a lot of busted characters. But he does take a red to the face. He takes a blue amplified punch to the chest, which always annoyed me because Gege had that statement when he says that when Hanami eats like 5 black flashes from Yuji and Todo during Goodwill. There's a statement from Gege saying that if Jogo took all them black flashes, he would have died. And then Jogo's like next to the panel, like next to the quote, and he's like, yeah, but only if they hit me, because he's like a glass cannon. But at the same time, he eats a red to the face, and he also eats a blue amplified punch and kick, which makes that statement very contentious to me. Like, I don't really like that statement at all. But whatever. I still think Jogo, very cool, very intriguing power set. His like flame insects were never really explained, which is weird. He just has insects of lava. Don't know. But, as a domain, has Maximum Meteor. Really cool. And then Kenjaku praises Maximum Techniques because they are cool. He is a character with, like... He does have depth to him, like, where he holds Dagon's hand as he's, like, withering away. He is saddened. He does have friends. It's just he keeps getting, getting dicked down because, unfortunately, he's in the wrong place at the wrong time. A lot of the time. Even though he did revive Sukuna himself, probably shouldn't have. Probably shouldn't have. Or at least feed him like 5 fingers, not fucking 10, you dork. Anyway, who do we go for next? I think I might go Kenjaku. Like, he got slammed through a whole skyscraper and just popped his jaw back in the face. Yeah, but if he eats 5 black flashes, he's dead. No, he got punched through an entire skyscraper, puts his jaw back in and goes, okay, fire. Like, I don't get that. Okay, Kenjaku, I really like, but with the most recent chapters, he might go down a bit. At least because of how the character's portrayed. Or at least how his story ends. So, obviously, as I say in the recent chapter, we get, the Yuta reveal. In the sense that Yuta takes control over Gojo's body, etc., etc., etc. Which means Rika ate Kenjaku. Which is annoying because if that was Kenjaku's death, everyone makes this comparison. I've had everyone compare it this way, and it's perfectly apt if you've read Bleach or watched it. The Aizen of the series, the Aizen of JJK, Kenjaku, the mastermind, the Zetsu, Like, it shouldn't be called Jujutsu Kaisen, it should be Jujutsu Kenjaku, because he planned everything. He dies before the final showdown. He dies before he dies in a comedy act and getting sliced from behind. He doesn't go out with a bang. He goes out with a mutter, with a whisper, with a whimper, compared to what he should have went out with, right? Like, he is someone who took cursed techniques like Yuta, but through body snatching. He was a horror villain. He goes around stealing people's fucking corpses. He's creepy. He's got the Frankenstein stitches, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Because he got off screen. Like, I liked Kenjaku. I liked this Aizen-esque character, because he was still powerful. He still has a domain, a barrierless domain. Well, not barrierless, like a shellless domain, or it's called. Ryu will be like, that's Sukuna Grab. I could talk about Ryu because I like him, but anyway. Kenjaku has a domain, has multiple curse techniques, is intriguing, took back shots for the sake of the story. He fucking injected his blood into a woman to give birth to the fucking... Like, he is intriguing in the sense, like, he's lived for hundreds of years, and he's been trying to figure out how to perfect cursed energy and, like, you know, how humans should evolve, you know? And his conclusion after hundreds of years of life is, fuck it, chaos is the best. And it's intriguing. But the way his character is snuffed out at the end just kind of ruins him for me. So I'd usually put him a little bit higher, like above Gojo and Geto, because I do like that aspect of the character, but it's unfortunate. Didn't he use Tengen's barrier to make a domain? He used Tengen's barrier with idle transfiguration to alter people's souls to give them cursed energy that he already scouted out to who he thought would make good sorcerers. So Higuruma, etc., all the other Culling Games players, they got their CE activated because of idle transfiguration mixed with Tengen's barrier. On the subject of Kenjaku, is it gay to take bash shots for the evil plan if you got socks on? But yeah, Ellie Jogo, when he had a staff and stuff, reminded me of Wonder Review from JoJo's. I do not see the similarity between fucking Wonder Review and Jogo. I do not see that. You just saw a dude with a walking stick and you're like, oh shit, Wonder Review. It's a good song though. I do like a little bit of Elvis from time to time. But anyway, who should be next? Because if you don't give me one, I'm going to pick one. And I'll give it, I know there's a delay on the stream, so I'll give it like 10. Okay, well, I think I would have cried too if Sukuna told me I'm strong. I'd be like, ah shit, yeah, you're right. If you fight the strongest dude of all time, like who's the strongest dude of all time? You fight Kusakabe. And Kusakabe says, you know what, dog? You're strong. I'm sat there limbless, no teeth in my mouth because he's punched them out. I'd be like, I'd start crying too. Not from pain, from joy. The king has blessed me and said I was strong. Cool. Yuki, Ryu. Okay, I'll go Yuki and Ryu next. What does socks have to do with anything? Well, clearly you don't even go. So we got Kashimo, Yuki, and Ryu. I'll put them all in the center. I'll go through them in a row. So Kashimo, oh, they're all on the top row anyway. And Ryu. No, yeah, that's fine. So Kashimo is unfortunate, right? Kashimo as a character is, you know, we all know the downfall of Kashimo. Okay, so a character who is, you know, he was equal to Hikari without using his curse technique, right? Because his curse technique was Mythical Beast Amber, and he used that against Sukuna. He is a character that, you know, is said to be the strongest of his era, you know? So he lived for hundreds of years. Well, he lived for a while, made a promise with Kenjaku to get revived hundreds of years later just to fight Sukuna, the strongest of all time. And what happened? Where is it? Where is it? Hold up. He fucking died. One shot wonder. Ass cursed energy. I mean, I get it. I don't mind that kind of curse technique or ability in Dragon Ball. I just joined. Why is Dagon in S tier? Not why is base Choso in S tier, but because Dagon's fucking cool. Like, anyway, in regards to Kashimo, he's a character that is intrinsically intriguing. You know, he is. We have characters who are constantly. What happened? Waffle Iron is what happened. Yes, he got grated, turned into grated cheese, got turned into a puddle. But you know, we constantly see characters who are the strongest of their era. We see Gojo, the strongest of his, Sukuna, the strongest of his, and then we see Kashimo, the other strongest of his era, when Sukuna wasn't around, right? Like when Ryu was like just getting started and he was pretty strong. You know, we hear of him. And, you know, we get all this build-up, and we see Mythical Beast Amber, and he gets a few pages, and then he gets a dialogue similar to Jogo, where he's just talking to Sukuna, and it's obvious that he's just dead here, right? Like, Sukuna got 10 full chapters with Gojo. 10 chapters. And constantly going back and forth. Is he going to win? Is he going to lose? Domain. They're bleeding out their brain. They're bleeding out their nose, their mouth, their necks coming off. Arms getting lost. RCT, Black Flash, shit's popping off. And then Kashimo shows up on the scene. As soon as he's gone, boom, dead. And it's such a... like, I love JJK, obviously. I wouldn't spend fucking, I wouldn't have made that many videos if I didn't. But at the end of the day, that's something I really hate. Kashimo is one of those characters with so much possible potential as a character, like from a writing aspect. And he's just wasted, completely just wasted as a character. And it's very unfortunate. Whilst he is cool in the sense of, he has the electrocute, like he has this like electricity, cast energy. He has Mythical Beast Amber. We don't know if he has an anti-domain. He might have Wicker Basket. We don't know. He might... I doubt he has a domain, because of how his cast technique intrinsically works, because it's to use and die. And everyone's like, well, how the fuck does he know he had it? Because if he uses it and he dies, how the fuck would he use it in the first place and not immediately die? Who was Ryu's skills in that one panel of him in the whole time? What the fuck is his skills? What the fuck are you saying? I don't fucking know. Anyway, let's talk about Ryu. I think I'll leave Kashimo there, but he'll probably go to the bottom of B, because he's just someone with so much potential. He is intriguing. His fight with Hikari is dope. His commentary with during the Gojo fight, where he's like, Yuta wants to jump in and help, but everyone's like, shut the fuck up. And then Kashimo's like, no, I'm next. If anyone's going in, I'm next. But he's still going to wait for the 1v1 to finish first. Like, he's from an era where it was fight to the death, 1v1, don't be a pussy. And it shows through his dialogue and stuff. And just the way the character acts. Like, he fights Hikari, loses, even though he's only got, like, a couple bruises on his face. Like, he's got all his cursed energy, he's gone. But Hikari's got his arm blown off. But Kashimo's just got a couple bruises on his face. Like, oh, Hikari won. Barely. I'll do Yuki, Ryu, then Toji. Yeah. Okay, Yuki. Yuki, again, intriguing. We know she has a domain. Has a simple domain. I'm a huge fan of simple domain. Everyone knows this. Simple domain's fucking cool. Her character being the exact opposite of Kenjaku. Oh, we must eradicate cursed energy. No, we must perfect it. We must... what is the next step in human evolution? Yuki is just, intriguing. The Notorious B.I.G. and JoJo. I don't like the Notorious B.I.G. It's so fucking creepy. Anyway... Yuki, I like her. I like Garuda. I like how she shows up at the end of Shibuya and just kind of tells Kenjaku to fuck off. And he does. The fight with her, Choso, and Tengen versus Kenjaku was a fun read. Obviously, she's kind of nerfed in that fight. She can't use Domain because of Tengen's barrier and stuff. She can't do a couple of things. And then she creates a black hole, which people still debate whether or not it's the biggest, highest attack potency in the series, because she creates a literal black hole. People still debate whether or not it's the strongest attack in the series. And you could argue that. You really can. But Kenjaku BS's his plot armor away and just goes, no, anti-black hole curse technique. You cannot touch me. I am invincible. And that was always annoying. Why did Yuki why did Yuki not do any missions? I'm fucking dyslexic, I must be. Was she just lazy? I mean, that's what Geto says. When she shows up to Geto goes, oh, so you're the special grade who does nothing, who just goes around traveling the world. Because she was traveling around learning about cursed energy and just learning from different sorcerers and stuff. Because she knows LaRue. During Shibuya, just after when Kenjaku shows up, LaRue is saving Todo from the battlefield, right? And that's why Yuki goes, I need to buy time for LaRue. Because at the time we didn't know who LaRue was, and it turns out it's, Geto's family member with the hearts on his tits. But, yeah. She was just meeting other sorcerers across the world, including LaRue, I guess. I guess after Geto's death, she just met up with all the Geto family members and just became friends with them and was chilling, which is intriguing, Even though she is the one that inherently inspired his downfall to kill all humans. She kind of accidentally started that. She was like, it's like when you give your mate advice, but you also have to kind of end with, but I wouldn't do that, though. That'd be crazy. Geto fucking did it. It's like, you could, like, kill all humans and, like, save the world, but I wouldn't do that personally, because I think it's stupid. But you can do it, I wouldn't. Me, personally, I think it's stupid. But then Geto tries to do that, you know? But I think she is intriguing in the sense that she is a funny character, you know? Garuda is cool. It's also a kind of a curse tool. You can also boot it. It immediately evaporates a special grade cursed spirit that was, like, at the White House, and it was intimidating everyone. She just boots Garuda like a fucking ball through its chest. Really cool. She does, as I said, she has a domain. She has a simple domain. Like, she is a special grade by every means. She's ridiculous. Pretty simple design, but really cool with, like, the military boots and combat trousers, you know. Pretty cool. Do I like her more than Jogo and Kashimo? Yeah, because they've got a little bit more. She's got a little bit more depth to her. Ryu, I fuck with Ryu, right? I fuck with Ryu. Ryu is cool. Sukuna Gojo, we all agree them Goketsu and Dispo victims. Dispo? Are you talking about Dragon Ball? What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, Ryu, Granite Blast. I will ask you this question again. I ask this question every time Ryu is brought up because it's fucking stupid. In the flashback we see of Ryu, he has a top knot. How the fuck do you shoot granite blasts? How do you do that? I don't understand. Trousers is crazy. I'm sorry I speak the Queen's English. Sorry, lad. Anyway, you know, he shoots, has a granite blast, has a domain. I think it's like, he does like, he's snapping his fingers. That's his, like, domain sign, which is pretty cool. He has a pompadour, you know, that full-on JoJo look. Looks really cool. Josuke looking ass. Yet again, he's one of those characters from the Heian era where it's like, kill or be killed. Very intriguing. Sukuna says he's like a defensive powerhouse and compares him a little bit. Even though he eats a couple slashes from Sukuna. Sukuna's like, whoa, you're pretty strong. If you step out the way, I'll let you live. Ryu says, no. And then Ryu just dies. But, you know, he's cool. He gives has a chat with Yuta. He opens Yuta's heart through combat, which is really cool. Like, he's just again, not a complex character. It was a lot of fun. He's just, like, he gets pissed at Yuro for, like, interrupting the 1v1. So when Yuro's dealt with and Kurorushi is gone, Yuta and Ryu are just having a grand old time. And the way he loses to, like, his Granite Blast gets thrown in the air by Yuta using sky manipulation. That's really cool. And then he's fucked up all on the ground. He's like, bro, why are you letting me live? Kill me. And he's just like, and Yuta just doesn't care. He's a fun character. I like Ryu. Granite Blast, really cool. And the fact that a Granite Blast is stronger than a Rika Blast is, like, ridiculous. Yes, this isn't full-powered Rika. It's just, like, a Cursed Spirit shell. But still, like, Ryu isn't a joke in reference to AP. You disgusting woman. Is that the quote he says to Yuro? When she interrupts a 1v1? That would be funny. So, we got Toji next. I'll leave him. He's obviously not in C tier because there's a lot to love about Toji, right? He's a fan favorite for a reason. He is Gege's go-to, like, character for a reason, right? Toji's a very fun character. He is, you know, pre-Gojo being born, probably one of the strongest people on the entire fucking planet in the JJK verse. He's a fucking animal. He had an entire clan fearing for their lives because he could have destroyed them at any time he wanted. I mean, just look at full power Maki at the end of the curse now you fight. That's how strong Toji was in, like, his prime when he was just, like, in the Zenin clan not giving a shit. Toji the Donuts. I was worried about the placement of Toji for a second. Nah, he didn't say I fuck with Toji. Everyone likes Toji for a reason. He's got the fit of Killua from the Chimera Ant arc. You gotta love that shit. That shit goes hard. Like, that's a dope look. He has Wormy, which is, that would put him in S tier. Toji is a lamer Erwin snub. I don't know who the fuck that is. Sounds like a character from fucking Young Sheldon. I don't know who the fuck Erwin Snowberg is. I don't know who that is. Unless that's an Attack on Titan character. I don't like Attack on Titan. Anyway. Toji. Heavenly Restriction. Really cool. He sells his son. Really cool. I'm trying to think of stuff that there isn't. It's kind of annoying how it's clear that there is a bias towards Toji. Where he will be put into places in the manga where it feels like it shouldn't be. Like he's in the airport. Which is like when Gojo's talking to Geto after he dies. He's drawn as with a halo above his head in some of the mid-chapter stuff. He is drawn during the Sukuna vs Gojo fight because Gege just wants an excuse to draw Toji. he is fun. His fight is like the fights he has are always fun. The fact that he seeks out Dagon because he's the strongest, and then he looks at Nanami, one-armed Naobito and Maki and goes, Megami's the strongest, and just tries to fuck him up. Great. And then he ends himself because he knows Megami's not going to be able to do it. Probably... He's just a fun character. Yet again, simplistic. He's just in it for the money. He will kill children. Does not care. Really fun. In a world filled with cursed tools, cursed energy, he'll just pull out a fucking M1911. Like, he doesn't care. It's cool. He's all Megami and Naruto, so that's cool since he's affiliated with my drunken king, of course. Who are we going for next, fellas? You say one both. Right now I'm going to talk about Mechamaru. So Mechamaru I love. I absolutely adore Mechamaru. He is a fucking genius. I will put him here. He uses his simple domain in a unique way, just because he watched Miwa do it. He has a full fucking mech. The episode in which he fights is a big Gurren Lagann and Evangelion reference. It's great. I'll do more after this. Like, he's very intriguing. He's a character that was, like, just right about everything. He's always right. The only thing he was wrong about was how strong Mahito was. Right? So he says he's going to send all the people from his class away because he knows they're fodder. He'll send Todo nearby because he knows Todo's strong and not fodder. Haruta should get extra points for being one of the only femboys in JJK. Shut the fuck up, you fucking weirdo. What is it with the JJK fandom and femboys? I'll never understand. Anyway, Kirara S tier. Okay. Let's talk about Nanami. I'll do Nanami and Momo next. Never say that again, you fucking redcoat. Shut up. Yeah. Kokichi Muta on Mechamaru. He's basically Sasori from Naruto. He can just control puppets in such a large radius. Born with glass bones and paper skin, makes a deal with the devil, tries to fight the devil, loses. But when he didn't lose by like a huge margin, like he was still doing shit. Like he was still damaging, you know, Mahito's soul. Like he was doing shit. And then, what you call it? Kenjaku's like, oh, those blasts are like special grade level. And like, he is impressive. Like, he's just genuinely impressive. He's cool. I fuck with him. He's dope. But yeah, there's not much else to say about him. Like, he's got a cool design. He's cool. He's a mech. He's a Maru. He's Mechamaru. He's cool. So who was it? You said Nanami and it was Momo. Let's put Momo there. And where's Nanami? Momo, I don't really give a fuck about. She's one of those characters looks feminine enough. Gojo Satoru. Bruh. Momo is a character. She's got a little bit of depth to her. But it's one of those things where it's like she's potential, man. Because tool manipulation sounds really powerful and really cool. Still a Mahito victim, but cool. He did more damage to Mahito than Todo did. Todo couldn't damage his soul. He hit a black flash and like it just didn't do. It did 0 damage. Mechamaru's blasts actually did damage to Mahito. He was doing shit. It was fucking Mahito. Mechamaru's built different. Anyway, Momo. The most interesting thing about it is that her dad is an American-born Jujutsu sorcerer, and that's just a random statement we have. We know nothing else about it. She has a design straight from Kiki's delivery service. Like it's, you know, there's not much to say about it. I like how when, you know, me was crying over Mechamaru's death, she's like being deadly serious. So if you die to someone, you still a Vic. I'm not saying he's not, but I'm saying he does more than Todo. But one was quite insubstantial. Perhaps I failed to pay attention to her, but she wasn't explored at any significant degree, to my knowledge. She has a couple scenes, like just after the perfect prep arc, when like Maki carries Mai's body away. Momo's the first person that finds it, and Momo's just kind of in shock, like, what the fuck happened? Tell me. And Maki's just busy walking away. She doesn't say shit, and Momo just kind of left there like, huh? Like, Momo just left in the dark of the entire perfect prep arc. But, you know, tool manipulation is intriguing. It's just used in a very fodder way. She can fly. She's just like a scout, you know. Like, as I was saying, the scene with Miwa where she's like, I'm going to make whoever made my Kohai cry fucking dead. That's intriguing. Then you realize it's Momo, and then Kenjaku just takes like that wind scythe and just goes, like, he doesn't care. She's fodder. There should have been a Yorozu for cast tool manipulation. Like, it would have been cool to see how far it could go. Like, someone in the culling games from the Heian era who could use tool manipulation. I'd donate to you if I didn't have 5 cents to my name. You don't have sense. If you were a British person, you wouldn't have sense. You'd have glorious, great British pound sterling. Anyway, no more. Yeah, there's not really much else to say about her. You for real. On God. She has a little bit, like, Momo has a little bit to her, but not a lot. You know, it's not, there's nothing to say. Nanami, I'll put him at the top of B, but he might go at the bottom of A. Nanami, yeah, again, I like what we see of him. Hits black flashes, the ratio's nice and simple. He gets power cliffed a lot. If you, like, compared him, if you go, like, further down the series, he gets power cliffed a lot, like, scaling-wise. But as a character, really interesting. You know, just becoming, like, a suit, like a salaryman with a conscience, and then just deciding, like, life sucks, so I'll become a Jujutsu sorcerer again, fuck it. He's cool. The ratio looks cool. Beats the fuck out of Haruta. That's cool. Fights Mahito. Does okay. That's cool. Jumps Mahito with Yuji. That's cool. He survives a domain with Mahito as well, which is kind of cool. The day I become British is the day my life ends. I guess you're not a British person. That's crazy. I mean, Nanami, I like his interactions with, what's his best friend called? Like the dead one. Like, where he shows up as, like, a spirit. And he tells, like, he's telling them, like, he's pointing at Yuji and stuff. That's cool. I do like Nanami. I feel like the anime did him a hell of a lot more justice than the manga. Because it's a lot less, there's a lot less to his death in the manga. Fight a 2-week-old Mahito. Yes, but fighting any version of Mahito is a big fucking deal. Where's my fucking, there's the music. What music do I fucking want? Which of this music won't get me sued? There we go. Where? What's this? Someone left a comment. One of my favorite. Fuck yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, there's nothing left to say about Nanami, to be honest. I like him, I enjoy him as anyone else. I just hate the fans of Nanami, because all of Nanami fans, I like girls that eat a lot guy. Who? How do you think Nanami impacted your opinion of the story as a whole? He seemed to serve a lot of thematic importance. In what sense? I'm not disagreeing, but in what sense do you mean that? I mean, how do you mean to have music? Because there was... What do you mean to have music? Because there's nothing. What do you mean? There's music playing, it's just quiet. I mean, you can say he reflects a serious tone, and kind of, he is a juxtaposition to Gojo's philosophy. And when I say that, I mean Gojo's whole philosophy is making the younger generation as strong as possible as Jujutsu sorcerers, so they never go down the same path that Geto did, right? Nanami is kind of a juxtaposition of that in the sense that he's just like, let them be kids. Don't make them, they're not warriors, just let kids be kids, you know? Nanami's got a very different opinion that, you know, Gojo has in regards to, you know, the next generation. He doesn't want, you know, sure, he wants, like, Ino to be a grade 1 or whatever, but at the same time, he just wants Yuji and, like, all the students to just be kids. He doesn't want, you know, more corpses instead of children, you know? Like, I get it, like, thematically. It is, like, intriguing, but at the same time, I still feel like, in the overall narrative, Yuki accidentally plays more of a part by, you know, setting Gojo on the fucking thing, and Toji doing the same, but, like, anyway. Who are we going for next? Who should we talk about? The Finger Bearer, the best character in the series. My personal favourite fight is in the entire series is when the Finger Bearer beat up Sukuna. Best. Unironically, yeah. Okay, you want to talk about Sukuna? I can talk about Sukuna. There is this unfortunate modern philosophy in the general zeitgeist. Now, that was a lot of long words, but what that basically means is, in, like, nowadays, in regards to the stories in our media, people always want a lot more depth when there doesn't need to be, right? A lot of people don't just want villains for the sake of villains. They always want a reason. They always want a complex backstory. They want them to feel, they want to feel sad for the villain. Sukuna, you don't need that. And a lot of people don't like that. People want Sukuna to have this sad backstory. No, he doesn't need one. I'll do all those ones next. I've still got it. I can still see the chat. I'll do those, like, Druve, Nobara and shit next year. But Sukuna is kind of like an idyllic opposite to that. Because, as I say, nowadays, everyone just wants a super deep character that, you know, makes you think and questions everything. While Sukuna has depth in regards to, like, he has some, like, there's some stuff about Buddhism you can relate to him and how he's described by he is like actually the honored one, right, and stuff like that. There is depth to his character. I'm not saying there isn't, but he doesn't have this super sad backstory that you need to delve into to understand, right? You don't need that with Sukuna. He's a simple character. Sukuna, when he's introduced, he goes like, look at all these maggots. Oh, women and children to Merc? Sick! I like Sukuna, right? Don't get me wrong. There are things I don't like about him. Like, I don't like him, the statement from Uraume comparing him to, like, Kenpachi in the sense that, oh, he's not even going all out right now. Why would he? Like, you're fodder. He doesn't need to go all out. Since you're not as strong as Gojo, you should feel stupid. Grey morality is so annoying sometimes. Just let the Skaven be evil. Just let people be evil. Let your villains be evil. They don't have to be a moral grey area. Not every character needs to be the fucking Punisher. It's not necessary. So sometimes leave it to be black and white. Parts of JJK is obviously grey morality-wise. Like Gojo killing the higher-ups. That's morally grey. You know? It's morally grey. But Sukuna, morally evil. It's black and white. He is just fucking evil. When he is first introduced and first revived, his first thought is to kill women and children because, like, that's his first immediate thought. You can argue there's a bit of character differentiation as he evolves over time, as Gege is writing the story, because now he's less of just, like, child murder and kill and eat. He's more just, like, fight the strong, kill them. Like, he seems like a slightly different character, but that's neither here nor there. I think that there are two components to this. Sukuna simultaneously does not require unfathomable complexity or tragedy. It's also a disservice to the character to give him one note. He's simply him. You're not wrong. I think that's fine. I feel like you can have a character just born to be evil. Like, Aizen doesn't need a super evil backstory. He's just a dick. He's just evil. He's just a genius. Sukuna's the same. He will probably get more to his backstory about Jin, maybe, you know, the twin stuff. We'll probably get a bit more of that before the series ends, but, you know, said some real creepy stuff about Nobara in the manga. Did he? I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. I just remember him, like, just, like, all the gag stuff with, like, Juju Stroll and stuff. But anyway, I do like Sukuna. I think Cleave, Dismantle, MS, Furnace, I feel like they're kind of like JoJo abilities in the sense where they're really simple, but there's a lot of malleability. You can mold them in ways you want. Like, it's not just Cleave and Dismantle. He's also got World Splitting Slash. He's got Well Cutting Slash, sorry. He can change Malevolent Shrine to suit what he wants. He can give it a barrier. He can not give it a barrier. He can increase the range. He can do whatever he wants. He also has RCT. He can also fucking hit Black Flashes. I like how Kashimo describes him. He's like, he's got 4 arms, so he can constantly, like, have something active with hand signs and fight with 2 hands at the same time. I mean, he does that against Yuta inside his domain. Has Wicker Basket active by clenching his hands while also fighting against Yuji and Yuta at the same time. He's cracked. But at the same time, there are parts of that I don't like. I mean, he's had 2 hands cut off, Black Flash to shit, and he's just still smiling. I get that, but he's fought characters multiple times, and he's still going. I feel like dog, like, after the fight with Gojo, it feels like you just keep throwing shit at him and he just keeps winning because Gege loves him, and that's fine. But people like to compare it to the Great Ninja War in Naruto, where it's like, you know, everyone versus Madara and it just keeps going. And it's very similar in that sense where it's like you got Madara in a weakened form when the fight starts out, then he gets a transformation. Like in Naruto, Madara gets revived with the Rinne rebirth, sorry. And in JJK, he uses the curse tool to get his original form back and stuff. Like, he gets his old form back, his true power. And he just keeps women. I mean, I guess the only reason he keeps Uraume around is because she's a good cannibal cook, and that's about it, right? But as I say, I like the depth that Sukuna has, but not necessarily because he has depth, but also the simplicity. He has simplistic depth. There. I feel like that's the best way to encapsulate it, to be honest. I prefer it over Gojo just because it's kind of a breath of fresh air in the sense of, you know, not every character has to be fucking, you know, what's he called? Meruem. Not everyone has to be an irredeemable monster that gets redeemed in the end. Not every character needs to be Meruem, you know. Sometimes they can just be a monster and leave them at that. And Sukuna encapsulates that, and it's fine. It's perfect. Leave him. Don't give him a backstory, Gege, because if you do, well, fucking... I know how he loves to do flashbacks, but if he gives a big one to Sukuna, I'll be fucking... So who was it? You wanted Nobara. You got Druve, Nobara, Naruto. I'll do it in that order because that can go real fast. Druve, because he sucks. Nobara and Naruto. Druve is fodder. Like, he plays less of a role than Juzo and has less of a character because he's like got 2 panels. He gets off screen by Yuta. There's nothing to say about Druve. What the fuck do you want me to say about Druve? We see his curse technique when Yuta uses it. Like, what the fuck do you want me to say? He's part of the 4-way deadlock. I can only say, like, straight facts about him. I can't say... There's nothing to take apart, right? Some people theorize he's from India, but that's not confirmed. We don't know. Some people have said that, but we don't know if he's, like, a non-Japanese sorcerer. You'd assume from his name that maybe he is, but it's not confirmed. So, you know, like, Charles is French-Japanese, even though Charles is, like, a British name. Like, you can't, like, assume characters, like, place of origin just from their name a lot of the time. Anyway. Nobara, where do I put you? I'll talk about her now. Maybe I'll, you know, get the cogs going. So, she is intriguing for what she is. You know, she's, like, similarly a hick, I guess, to how Yuji is in the way she's portrayed when they show up to fucking, Okinawa, wherever the place is, when they fight the Roppongi curse. That's it. When they show up to Roppongi, and they're like, oh my god, it's so cool. There's a good backstory, could benefit the story if it actually deepens the character for the better instead of providing unnecessary inner conflict. Not necessarily. I don't want the story to end. I don't want it to be like how, spoiler alert, how MHA just ended, where fucking it really peeved me that at the end, all for one, this demon king, nigh immortal god who's been killing everyone starts fucking almost weeping because he can't see his brother before he dies. That annoyed me. Let the motherfucker be mega, mega evil. He has been murdering people ceaselessly. Like, holy fuck. Keep him evil. Don't give him this. Like, come on, fucking... what's he called? I'm a Sukuna Glazer, so I'm still liking the arc, but it feels less philosophical now than with Gojo and Kashimo. I hope Maki and Yuta get stuff with Sukuna that adds depth to their earlier contribution. I liked Higuruma's contribution to that, where Sukuna just kind of kept egging him on. So, wait, Higuruma? Is Higuruma here? He is. He'll be fucking S tier. He'll be above fucking Miguel, probably. But how Sukuna viewed Higuruma, where he's like, oh, I've seen how this domain expansion works before. Skip it. I'm guilty. I don't give a shit. Takes his cursed tool. And then he just solos Higuruma, but the entire time, Higuruma's like, Sukuna's like, learn RCT now, or I'm going to kill you. Higuruma goes, fuck it. Bing! RCT. Grows his full arm back. He gets the one-tap sword and nearly kills him. I think the most recent chapter had a lot of work philosophically, if it continues into the next. I will get to Yuta. The most recent chapter has changed a lot about Yuta. If you've watched my most recent video, you would know. You know, just saying, buddy old pal. You know, if you wanna watch a video about the most recent chapter, if you want to hold up, I gotta chill real quick because my views are dying. But oh, hell yeah! I like this little animation I did. Yeah, I'll like my own video. Fuck it. Hell yeah. Anyway. I do like the most recent chapter. Has done a lot for Yuta's character, in my opinion. But anyway, talking about Nobara Fest, we'll talk about Nobara, because if not, we're just going to keep talking about Sukuna, and Sukuna's got, as I said earlier, a good chunk to him, simplistic depth, because at the end of the day, we all understand his character perfectly. There isn't any hidden motives or motivations for him. Bro, not only did I watch it, I commented 3 times. You did, and I appreciate that. Nobara... She hits a black flash. She's got resonance. Yuro might come back up since she's the one who told Yuta about the difference between him and Sukuna earlier. That's in the video, and I'm going to discuss it when I talk about Yuta. Be patient, my child. Anyway, Nobara has resonance, hairpin, cool. She uses it against Momo. Goes to show how powerful she is. She fights a copy of Mahito, does some damage to him. Like, for ages, people have been thinking Nobara could come back, but at this point it feels redundant. Like, even if she does, who cares? Because you go back and you can read stuff when it's like Yuji, Megumi, and Angel talking, and Yuji will be scared because he's scared of replacing Nobara. Right? But at the end of the day, she got replaced anyway. She got replaced by every other character. Like, Nobara, as a character, didn't really fill a purpose in the narrative. You could take Nobara out and replace her with Todo or fucking Kamo or Inumaki in any of her fights, and it would have been fine. Like, say, for example, the fight with Iso and Kechizu. If you replaced her with Inumaki, it still could have fit. If you replaced her with Panda, could have fit. Like, Nobara is an interchangeable character where it feels like nothing she does in the narrative is unique to her, besides her doing to damage to Mahito through her resonance. Beyond that, her point in the narrative is, like, pointless, ironically enough. Like, she doesn't do anything. I feel like if anyone's gonna wake up Megumi, it's Nobara. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, to be honest. I really don't. I said it last time I streamed last week, but I still love in the most recent chapter that when Megumi inside Sukuna saw Gojo revived for the first time, for a split second he would have thought that Gojo wasn't dead, and that would have gave him hope, and then he would have saw the stitches on his forehead and he would have been like, well, fuck, I guess I'll just stay in this bottomless pit. But yeah. Is this based on anime, manga, or both? Both, and how much I like them. But yeah, Nobara, there's like, I don't really care for her. She does, her power, she has more depth to her than Momo. She hits a black flash. You know, she does do damage to Mahito. She does get fucking mollywopped by Haruta, and that shit is embarrassing. Like, there's nothing to say. Everyone's stuck up on her because it's like Naruto. For some reason, shonens have to stick with the formula. Popular shonens have to stick with the formula of, like, boy, boy, girl. Like Naruto with fucking, you know, Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura. It's like, it's exactly the same. To be honest, Golden, I just can't see it. Like, she doesn't do nothing. Why is my king at sea? I'm just talking about him first, bro. I haven't got onto him yet. I think I'll leave Nobara at sea, but I can talk about Naobito. Oh, you're a member? Did you just become a member? Fuck yeah. Thank you very, very much, Chris. Hell yeah. That's fucking dope as fuck. Thank you very much, Chris. You're a fucking member. I know there's some emotes on YouTube. I don't remember which ones I put down, but I know there's a couple. She got high diffed against Momo. Exactly. She fucking sucks. But she did do damage to Mahito, which is also another thing. And she hit a backlash. Welcome to the In-Betweeners. To be fair, Megumi just needs to pull his ace out just to not to take the L. Yep. Nobara pulling up in the epilogue. She will. What will happen? Okay, this is a spoiler for Bleach, but kind of. What will happen is in the epilogue of JJK, my theory is similar to what will happen in the epilogue in Bleach, where, like, characters that we thought were dead, like Nobara, will show up at the end, like Kensei showed up out of nowhere at the end, you know. Imagine if they did Naobito to Curse Clash and all his animations were in 24 FPS. I did a poll, and I asked if people cared about the DLC for Curse Clash, and it was very contentious. A lot of people don't give a shit. But anyway, Naobito. He's in the anime, and he pops off in the anime. So, you know, that's just fine. We can talk about Naobito. So, his character is very simple. You know, head of the Zenin clan. His curse technique of projection sorcery being based around animation. Really cool. I think it's really fucking sick. You know, projection sorcery is fucking really cool. There's no doubt about that. He goes around drinking. Like, Nanami's like, we're in the middle of the Shibuya incident. That's the name of the arc. Why are you drinking fucking a pint of Stella Artois? To which Naobito goes, because. Like, he just keeps fucking drinking, despite he has to fight special grades. He is funny. He's, like, likable Naoya. Like, he's still a dick, don't get me wrong. He is still a piece of shit. Nowhere near as bad as Naoya, but he's still fun. You know, projection sorcery inherently is cool, but they're pretty cool. I fuck with Naobito. I don't like him as much. Oh, him or Kashimo? I'll stay at Naobito just because we didn't get enough of him. We got very little. We got one flashback with Maki and the fight with Dagon. That's all we got for Naobito. So I'll leave him there. Who should we go for next? Do we have any suggestions? Yes, no, maybe so. Maybe I'll just go with Iso. I fuck with Iso more than Momo. Bars. Just simply due to the fact that he is a character that's brought up more than Momo. Since he is Choso's brother, his death as well as Kechizu's. I'll put Kechizu with him as well because they're pretty much interchangeable. The deaths are brought up a lot when Choso is discussing his own character, and Kechizu is kind of adorable. He's just a little guy. He looks fuck ugly, but he's just a little guy. Iso is a male stripper, but winking is kind of cool. Just as I said, I've showed the manga panel off before where he's got his ass out. Winking does look cool. Just wish it wasn't attached to Iso. Anyway, the rot ability of his blood, pretty cool. His gimmick with him not wanting people to see his back is kind of like a JoJo thing. It's like, if you look at my back, I'll die. Feels like a JoJo reference. Kechizu having two faces is pretty cool, pretty funny. There's not much to say about them, but their death keeps getting brought back up. Even in the most recent chapters where Choso's at the table with Yuji, as Choso's dying, he's like, I need to go talk to my brothers and apologize to Yuki. And he's just still thinking about his brothers. And they're brought up a lot more than, their deaths are brought up more than Nobara's, which is crazy to me. Nobara's death is brought up once after her death, and it's like when Yuji's looking at Angel and getting sad. Iso and Kechizu's are brought up every time Choso is on fucking panel. And that's fine. It's just weird. Me personally, huge Nanami stan, so he gets an S+ for me. Shut up, bro. Just because he's your man. Right. Wait, is he actually a male stripper? How the fuck would he be, bro? But he's just dressed like one. He's got stockings on and a thong. What else would he fucking be? If you choose to wear nothing but a thong, brother, in public, in the street, in road tunnels, you're wearing a thong? Sort it out, mate. Anyway, who else? Who else should we talk about next? We got, as I said, I was discussing Nanami earlier. He has got the ratio. He has got Black Flash. He is somewhat intriguing. He is a nice little tone setter for the arc he's introduced with Mahito and stuff and characters dying, and how he just wants kids to be kids, a lot different to how Gojo wants them to be strong. There is a lot of philosophical stuff and depth to talk about with his character, but he's not there enough. He's there for half of the series. Kurorushi, I'll talk about Kurorushi next, but he dies at spoiler, he dies at chapter 100 and something, early 100s, 120s, I think. And then we're on 261 now. He's gone for more than half the series. I'll do Kurorushi and Mahito next then. Yeah, that's fine. Urien and Gil from Street Fighter. What? What about Urien and Gil from Street Fighter? Is it just because they're opposites and brothers? I'm fucking confused. Mahito. Kurorushi. He has a cool curse tool. He is a special grade curse. He fights Yuta, loses. Fights Yuta again, loses. Breaks the 3-domain clash because he's a dick. He's just a bug at the end of the day, and I don't really give a fuck about him. His official colouring is weird though, because he's bright fucking red. If you look at, how they the cover panels of the volumes, and on the back they'll colour some of the artwork. Kurorushi's actual colour palette is bright fucking red. Oh, and their thongs, yes. If you're dressed like Urien and Gil, you're a fucking male stripper, bro. If you're dressed like that in public, on main roads, you're a stripper, bro. Anyway, if there's nothing to say about Kurorushi, there's not much to him. They've got... Shouldn't... Technically speaking, where would I put Uraume and Kirara? I'll do them. I'll put Uraume and Kirara there real quick then. I'll talk about them next. But, Mahito... Is Kurorushi stronger than the Disaster Cases? Probably fucking not. Because Yuta, without his ring on, is fucking killing Kurorushi. Then you have Yuji after... Okay, let me do the maths in my head to make sure I've got the maths right. So Yuta without the ring is fighting Yuji. And Yuji's managing to survive and punching cars at him. Same Kurorushi is losing. So you could argue that Yuji and Kurorushi would be a kind of a pitched battle. This same Yuji, if he had to fight... Mahito was on 40% when he was fighting Todo and Yuji. He was on 40% of his soul. So if Mahito was full power, he would dogwash Yuji, ergo he would dogwash Kurorushi. You could argue maybe Kurorushi beats Hanami and Dagon, and you could argue that, because I don't think Dagon has a domain expansion, so you would probably be Kurorushi. But off the top of my head, I guess it might be able to beat Hanami. Yet again, Hanami has a domain expansion, so I think Kurorushi would probably get washed by the Disaster Curses. Since they have domains, I don't know. That's just from the top of my head. I don't think it would go well for Kurorushi. It's just that since he is special grade, he's obviously above the finger bearer. He's probably around Disaster Cast level. I don't fucking know. Anyway, Mahito. He is an intriguing character. I'll say this every time Mahito's on screen as well. I still don't get fucking idiots who need to Google what did Mahito mean when he said I'm you. Brother, he explains it in the next paragraph. He is the opposing side, the opposing parallel to Jujutsu sorcerers. They kill curses. Why? Because they think they're evil. It's instinctual. Why do curses kill humans? Because they fucking feel like it. It's instinctual. They're two sides of the same coin. So Yuji Mahito, they kill each other's, comrades just on pure instinct, right? They just do it. But at the same time, Mahito has just a lot more maliciousness than him than just pure instinct. He will fuck with Junpei for weeks, get his mother killed just to fuck with him, give him a cursed technique and cursed energy just to fuck with him, and then turn him into a dinosaur to fuck with him, and then fuck with Yuji. Mahito's my favorite character because I just love characters like that. Well, you like characters that dress as schoolgirls. Like, I don't get it. What's your problem? Mahito has a domain. He's learns the 0.2 just from seeing Gojo doing it immediately. That's intriguing. His interactions with Sukuna are always fun. Sees Sukuna once, gets sliced a bit, sees him again, starts gloating in front of Sukuna. Sukuna doesn't give a shit. Sukuna still thinks he's fodder. He just knows Yuji's gonna win. He doesn't care. It's funny. He fights Todo. His interactions are shit. It's cool. Fact. Okay, I see you, dog. But, yeah. The instant spirit body I've just started killing. It's an intriguing form. He's just a silly little guy. Just ignore the hundreds he's killed. The reason Mahito dies in Shibuya is because he spent so much time making transfigured humans on a train. Like, literally hundreds of people, he's turned them into transfigured humans, right? And that drained his soul to about 50-40%. And then he fights Nobara, he's at about 40%, right? His soul. So if he fought Yuji and Todo at 100%, he would have washed them. Mahito's a lot stronger than you give him credit for, just because he was severely, weakened in Shibuya, because he spent a lot of time doing prep work to the point where he was just constantly using idle transfiguration. And then he ran out of transfigured humans and shit, but, he's a beast, right? I do like his character. Do I like him more? I like him more than Nobara. Do I like him more than Naobito? I do like the symbolism with him and Yuji being two sides of the same coin, and I also like his portrayal in the anime where he's just groaning in the morning and being like, and he's throwing rock. He puts a rock in a snowball and throws it at Yuji's head like a dickhead. That's fun. The fact that he sees Kenjaku about to consume him, but because Mahito is, created from humans in the most literal way, he knows that Kenjaku was lying to him. He knows that Kenjaku was going to consume him. He knew all along. He was just along for the ride, I think that's fine. That's cool. I fuck with it. There's not much to say about him. It's pretty cool. I like the visuals with his domain expansion using the hand signs in his mouth. Pretty cool. Uraume. Ice bitch. Sukuna-sama. I don't fucking... Fuck you, bro. Choso wins. I don't fucking know, man. Uraume, I don't really give a shit about her. I like her more than Nobara, because she does have a little bit of depth to her. When Yorozu tries to hug Sukuna, and Uraume's like, fuck you, dude. You don't even deserve to hug. You're fodder, dude. And then Yorozu immediately dies. That's funny. Uraume being around just to be around to act as I assume a portable freezer to just freeze meat for Sukuna and then cook it. That's kind of funny. Her interactions with Kenjaku are pretty funny, where she's just like, I don't take fucking orders from you. You are not Sukuna. Fuck off, you weirdo. That's fine. I think those interactions are pretty fun. It's just, it gets kind of boring a lot of the time, especially in the most recent, 20 chapters or so, where every time we see Uraume talk, it's literally, Sukuna's not even going all out. Sukuna, he's the best. He's not even losing right now. You guys suck. You're not even Gojo. Why are you even trying, bro? Just lose. Sukuna's going to win anyway, bro. This is our dub. Sukuna's going to win. It gets boring to hear that every time she's on fucking panel. That's all we're getting. And that's it. There's nothing else to Uraume. We know she's powerful. She's busted strong. But, you gotta give me something else, dog. If you want me to like the character, you gotta give me something else besides the design. The Todoroki-ass haircut. You gotta give me something. You gotta give me something. I ain't got nothing. Kirara is below that. The reason why is the curse technique fucking pisses me off. I've talked about it before, but her curse technique with the star constellations is the closest the series has come to, villain of the week. If you don't know the star constellation, you lose. Or you've got to just, waste a fuck ton of time. It's really fucking stupid, and it's really fucking annoying. I don't like the curse technique at all. I don't mind Kirara as a character. It gets kind of annoying though when Gojo says stuff like, I need to show off in front of my students, and then he doesn't interact with more than half of them, including Kirara. What's that say, sorry? Urame was cute earlier on. Now they are more RBF. I don't know what that fucking stands for, but it'll upset me to hear. Didn't Urame do the Gojo face? Maybe, but I still remember the funniest interaction Urame has in the entire series is when she strolls up to Gojo and goes, you talking shit to Sukuna? I'll beat your ass, Gojo. You fucking suck. To which Gojo replies, shut the fuck up. Who the fuck are you? I think that's funny as shit. Like, Urame gets punched through buildings and shit. Because, like, fucking Gojo gets out the fucking prison realm. Urame starts talking shit. And Gojo just goes, shut up. And Urame, she just goes, who are you, dude? I haven't seen you. And it's true. He never got a chance to actually see Urame. Because she shows up at the end of the Shibuya incident. And he is trapped at the beginning. But Kirara, I don't like the curse technique. Character is fine. Her interactions with, Hikari are fine. Pretty cool, pretty awesome. But it's like, there's nothing. The design's fun. I like the design. The design's pretty cool. Crop top and shit. Dyed hair. Piercings. It's fucking sick. But at the end of the day, there's not much to Kirara as a character, and the curse technique is really fucking stupid. Like, I just really don't like the curse technique. Who are we going for next? Look who we got. I'll do a couple myself, and I'll let you pick the rest. I'll put Ogi, Junichi, and who else? And Angel, because I can talk about these ones really quickly. You guys pick the next one. Ogi is below Momo because he has less of a character, but he does have cool fire. Pretty epic. And, there is depth to him a little bit in regards to his opinions on, children should not be in front of their parents, They should not stand in the way of their parents, because he wanted to be the clan head, even though he's fodder, He's a fucking idiot. If he thinks he would ever be able to beat Naobito, if he thinks he can beat a fucking finger bearer, to be honest, dude's fodder. But, he's pretty cool. He's not cool, he's just like, he's got fire. Blazing courage! Pretty cool. Junichi, even less. He's just Ogi plus punches, but more sneaky. He interacts with Naoya. Like, these two are interchangeable. They mean nothing to me. Angel, F tier. Angel can fuck off, burn in a hole. The series would have been better without her. She negatively impacts the series actively with her involvement. And if you don't know my opinions on Angel, I'll fucking explain them. I completely forgot there's a hidden error saucer inside Hannah. You mean Angel? Hannah and Angel are the same fucking character, right? They're fucking interchangeable. I hate both of them. Hannah's character feels poorly implemented as a plot device made just to get Gojo out of the prison realm. Gojo's been trapped in the previous arc. What do we do? Oh, this character introduced in the next arc has the perfect ability to free Gojo, and they're also in love with Megumi, just so when she sees Megumi, she can fuck up and not kill Sukuna. That's great! Oh my god, I love that! It's fucking terrible. It's so stupid. I hate it so fucking much. They could have let Miguel come back with more black rope to free Gojo? No. They couldn't find the last piece of the Inverted Speed of Heaven? No. They just fucking hate Angel. She shows up, she fucks up, she ruins it. The best thing she does is gives Yuta her curse technique. That is it. That is literally it. Like, there's nothing else for her. She fucking sucks. Yeah. So who did you want next? Why the fuck did Kenjaku bring back Angel if she was their enemy? Because he wants chaos. I don't fucking know. Who do we want next? Come on, give me a couple. I'll talk about Hikari, because I can talk about him for a little bit. I know if I start talking about Yuta, I'll talk for a while, so I'll save him towards the end. Let's go Daido, Luru, and Junpei. So Hikari, I do enjoy Hikari. Reggie, I'll put Reggie at the end. Yeah. I know there's the delay in chat, so apologies for that, but yeah. What the fuck did I just say? Who the fuck did I just move? Daido, Luru, Junpei, Reggie. Can I just add someone to the list? Am I fucking dumb? I might be dumb. Also, where the fuck is Higuruma? Is he just down here still? Did not add him? I'll just put him there. Anyway, fuck it. I'll just jump on to Daido. Daido is a character. It's like, actually, just put him below Nobara. He is funny when he's first introduced, but he causes a lot of questions. He has incredibly small cursed energy, but whenever he has a sword, he's capable of damaging cursed Naoya, which is something like Maki couldn't fucking do until she trains in sumo, which is ridiculous. That's fucking stupid. I don't get it. I don't understand. Explain, Kage. I don't get it. LaRue is a fucking secret fucking god. You know what? I'll put LaRue above Kirara because LaRue shows up, does shit. The problem is with LaRue, we don't know anything about him at all besides the fact he was part of Geto's family and he fought Sukuna, and his curse technique is pretty cool, but we don't have anything beyond that. There's nothing else you can really say about him. Reggie, I love, and I bring it up every time I see him. The fact that his clothes are made up of receipts. He is covered in bullet bandoliers. Akari, thank you. Put Akari in here. I didn't talk about Akari at all. I finished talking about Reggie, then I'll talk about Akari. Anyway. Thank you, dude. Foxy. Thank you. Reggie, as I said, covered in receipts, covered in fucking armor of spikes. I can just boom, truck, boom, knife, pot plant, boom, boom, boom. And he's wearing that shit. He can rip it off at any time. That's really cool from a design aspect. He shows us Hollow Wicker Basket for the first time, but it's completely fucking useless because, you know, no barrier in Megami's domain. I do like his design, you know, long hair, weird fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers goatee, but, you know, his character's pretty cool. You have the fucking bitch with the scorpion hair being like, Reggie-sama. Don't like her. She's not on here. I don't even remember her fucking name. She's fodder. But Reggie himself, he has a cool fight with, you know, he has a fun fight with Megami, but he's only in that fight and nothing else, so there's not much to say. I'd put him there just because he doesn't show up enough to say more. But for what we do get of him is fun. He is a fun character. Like, he throws fucking like 5 receipts in a row and they're just like knives. That's really cool. Hikari in A, he's literally me. Likes to gamble. That's all you need. And he's based off Tyler Durden. If you didn't know, his design aspect in the Fight Club is based off Tyler Durden from Fight Club. You know, it's really cool. I mean, his entire character is just like a Fight Club reference. Like when Yuji and Megami first show up, and they're saying the rules of his Fight Club. They say, "What's the first rule about the club?" Like it's just a big Fight Club reference, and it's really cool. Private Pure Love Train is intriguing. The fact that he can use his abilities outside his domain is weird, and it's never brought up again. But yes, his domain expansion can be pretty fun. It's one of those. It is annoying. There's an annoyance factor in regards to his domain that you have to read this entire fucking page to understand it. And sometimes, even after you've read it, you won't fucking understand it initially. But once you get a hang of it, you do understand it and the pachinko machine aspects of it, right? But his power's pretty fun. He is, at the end of the day, just kind of a punch and kick merchant, which is a pretty common phrase in the JJK fandom. But, you know, he is fun. He, you know, his interactions with Yuji is pretty funny. You're not supposed to talk about Fight Club. Did you know, this is a bit of a movie factoid for you, because I did study film. The cast of Fight Club, there's a scene in the movie where they're talking about how to build a bomb. In the original version of the movie, they gave the actual instructions how to build a bomb. And it was removed by the fucking, like, the ratings office. And the cast was actually taught how to make a bomb. The cast, like, the actual actors, like Edward Norton and Brad Pitt, they were taught how to build a bomb. They just, because why not? Why wouldn't you need that info? You're in Fight Club, of course you need to know. But, yeah, that's pretty funny. And, yeah, Hikari's pretty fun. He's just a fun character. He's never serious. He fights up a 100-year-old wizard. Yeah, that's like a little bit of trivia for you. There's a whole bunch of dumb trivia like that about films, but anyway. He fights Kashimo, like a 100-year-old dude from like 400 years ago. Hikari fights him, beats him, and then goes, "Fuck it, you want to join the crew?" Kashimo goes, "Sure, I guess." And then he's BFFs with him immediately. I know how to build a bomb too. I wish he didn't. Anyway, yeah. Like, Hikari's just a pretty chill character. What else? Junpei. I like Junpei more than Nobara. Junpei's got depth. Junpei, you know, he likes movies. He's a loner. Talks with Mahito. He gets a CT. He can summon jellyfish. That's pretty fucking cool. He fights Yuji. He gets washed immediately, but he can summon jellyfish, and that's fucking cool. I love how anime onlys at the end of Shibuya, thought Junpei was revived, but no, it's Yuta, not Junpei. Wish it was though. But yeah, that's funny. Who should we go for next? Better be nice. It's true. Don't know how to make a dangerous one, but it's strong enough to destroy a toilet. Cherry bomb. Hello world, what you going through? Anyway, Yaga. It's pretty cool. I will put Yaga there. Yaga as a character has depth. He helps Kusakabe's nephew, Takeru, and in turn, Takeru's mother. He fights Gakuganji, reveals the secret of how to replicate his curse technique by implanting 3 souls into a fucking thingy-majiggy. Step 1, eat a Taco Bell. There are Taco Bells in England, still haven't tried it. Bombs are made with binding vows. You get it. Just add a binding vow, bro. But yeah, I like Yaga, I like his curse technique. Like, he is a character who's an old veteran of a Jujutsu sorcery. And on top of that, he, as a result, got the rank of special grade as soon as, like, the higher-ups realized how busted his curse technique is. He dies shortly afterwards, but, like, he is a big deal. And he's, like, quite wholesome whenever he's around. By the way, you think you can grab Angel by her hair and toss her around at will, it will come off? I don't know, dude. I'll just put her there to talk about next. I don't fucking know how it works. Type 1 in chat if you want 10-second timeout. Bruh. Urahime. I'll put Urahime there. She's fine. You know, she, if you don't actually time people out, you fucking silly Billy. But, bruh, you actually fucking... Fucking hell. Anyway, she has an intriguing curse technique. You can grab the Maharaga wheel, so probably that's true. So Urahime has a funny curse technique. She's a strictly support-based character. We see her in the flashbacks. She's really fun. She dances and sings. She gets drunk. She's chill. There's not much to her character, but she seems nice. There's nothing else to it. She's just a simple character. She's just there, chilling. Yuro. Given how I feel about Yuta now, I think I'll put her here, which is a bit higher than she was before, I think. The delay is like 70 years. I apologize, but as I said, I'm recording this and I'm going to cut it into an actual fucking video, so shut up. Sorry, I didn't mean that, but, I mean, I'm going to cut it up. I might turn it into a video, I'll see how it goes. Yeah, Urahime is the worst teacher in history. No. Yeah, there is a bit of a chunky fucking delay. It's just because I think either I messed up the settings or it's because I'm recording. One of those two things. But yeah. Yuro is pretty cool. Sky manipulation is fun, but the reason she's this high is because I like her interactions with Yuta in the sense that she basically says to Yuta, "We're from the Heian era. We fight to the death. Why the hell are you letting me live? That weakness will get you killed, right?" And she goes on this speech saying that sorcerers who have the truest sense of self, so those who are greedy and only care about themselves, are the strongest. And the example she gives of that, of a sorcerer who's like that, is Sukuna. And then, ironically enough, this sense of self in the most recent chapters is lost because Yuta, spoiler alert, takes over Gojo's body. So, despite Yuro saying those with the strongest sense of self are the strongest, since Yuta goes against that grain and takes over Gojo's body, I think Yuta will die pretty quickly to Sukuna, but we'll see. I just like that interaction specifically, but she has RCT, she has a domain. You know, she's pretty cool. I like how her hand sign for domain was just like that. It was just that, and that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go to McDonald's. Do you want anything? Fuck no, I have McDonald's on like Thursday. I can't eat more than one McDonald's in like a week. Mr. Mr. Iwamoto from Yu Yu Hakusho was a bad teacher. I don't remember what he looks like. I haven't watched Yu Yu Hakusho in fucking years. Who's next? Who do I want to put? I'll talk about fucking Higuruma next, because I can talk about him for a while. So, I know, fuck, I really like Higuruma. Maybe under Naoi, though. Higuruma as a character is this. I've described it before in the last version of this tier list I did when I wasn't recording it, but if you don't know, Higuruma, to me, and how I interpret it, death of the author, I can interpret it as the way I want, unless Gege says no, is a commentary on the justice system, and more specifically on the Japanese justice system. Like, if we look something up, right? Japanese conviction rate. It exceeds 99%. It does not matter if you are guilty in Japan. If you are accused, you will go to prison. And Higuruma feels like a direct commentary on that. He is a lawyer, and the flashback we get with him of someone he knows is probably innocent, he can't get a non-guilty verdict. He tries. He gets them to delay the trial. He does what he can, but then eventually, it doesn't matter. His defendant just goes to prison. Then gets like a murder charge put on him because he picked up a knife because he was scared and he found it on the road and he left it. And as a result, Higuruma sees himself as, and the justice system, it needs to be taken into his own hands. He sees the statue of Lady Justice. Even if she's blind, I won't be. And he uses his domain immediately and fixes everything. He's going to be justice himself. He will be judge, jury, and executioner. It's ridiculous. Dang good thing that Death Note ain't real. True. If he gets rid of all the criminals, the population of Japan is 1%. Bruh. But yeah, I know that's not how conviction rates work, but like, Jesus Christ, the amount of people he would kill, it's insane. But Higuruma, his moveset's really cool. The death sentence of, summoning Judge Man. He has all the evidence on you in the world. It's an actual trial. You just have to choose whether or not to lie to him, right? It's an actual trial though, so you can ask for a mistrial. You can go again. You can plead guilty, non-guilty. It's a real trial. There's a binding vow of non-violence as well. You can't attack each other. It's redundant. You can't do anything, right? And he has a verdict where he'll either confiscate your cursed energy, he can get the executioner's sword, which will one-tap you and insta-kill you, he can transform his gavel to fight you. He's really cool. And when he fights against Sukuna, he unlocks RCT and he becomes like a god, and he's 1v1ing Sukuna in a similar way to Kusakabe. Like, he just unlocks something in his brain and he's fighting with the King of Curses. And he's doing okay, Could you use his technique to just dock someone? That's like using like a nuclear bomb to destroy a rat. That's way too much fucking overkill. It's like, oh, there's a fucking mouse in that rubbish bin 50 yards that way. Let me pull out my Barrett 50 cal. That's just pointless overkill for no reason. You fucking silly Billy. Anyway, I love Higuruma and what he represents, and the almost futility of the Japanese justice system. If you are arrested and charged, you will be convicted, and your life is forfeit, and there is no changing that. It does not matter if you are guilty or not. It doesn't matter if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. You are convicted, and Higuruma is almost a commentary on that. It's great. Higuruma will get hella TikTok edits of people underrate Tokyo Colony arcs. Oh, I fucking love everything Higuruma. I think it's really cool. I think, was it Orion I was talking to before? He thinks the panel of him in the bathtub on the stage is one of the coldest panels in the series, and I want to agree, it's a fucking cold ass panel. But what do we talk about next? We'll go Mai, Kamo, and Hanami, so I can talk about these relatively quickly. Mai, I don't like. She is kind of similar to Iso and Kechizu, where Iso and Kechizu at the end of the day feel like plot devices for Choso to talk about getting stronger and talk about his brothers, right? What if the only reason we didn't see anything in Hokkaido and JJK is because Gege was just never there to visit? Fuck knows. I have no idea. But anyway, Mai, I hate her. Her construction ability is just outshined by Yorozu. Yes, it's because she's a twin, but it's also because she doesn't want to be a sorcerer. She never did. She just kind of has to be because she's a Zenin. She has a sniper rifle and a revolver. She makes an extra... Her whole power being, I'll use my 6-shooter and then pull out a 7th bullet to fuck with you. That's terrible. In a world where, Hollow Purple, World Cutting Slash, Malevolent Shrine, fucking Big Fish from Dagon, projection sorcery, Private Pure Love Train, these broken ass abilities, even Wind Scythe, construction sorcery, doesn't do shit. It's terrible. Mai feels like a plot device for Maki. That's all she is at the end of the day. That's all she is. She becomes Zangetsu and becomes a fucking sword, but that's it. She doesn't... She just feels like a plot point. She doesn't feel like a character. She feels like she exists just for Maki. Mai is there as a setup to the Sukuna's Jin plot twist explanations later. I guess maybe you can argue that, but I don't see it that way. I don't see Mai being a twin foreshadowing. You could say that. Say that's why Sukuna ate Jin in the womb, because he wanted all the power to himself. And we know that twins in JJK, like, the power is split in two if you give birth to twins. So, like, that concept is like, yeah, sure, you could count as foreshadowing towards Sukuna's twin. But at the end of the day, I still feel like that's just twins as a concept, not just Mai as a character. Mai as a character is still dog shit. And construction sorcery is dope when used by Yorozu and terrible when used by anyone else. Anyone else being Mai. She just exists so people can be like, just use a gun. And then she's like the worst. She's grade 3. Her and Nobara are like the only grade 3s, which says a lot. Like, they're fodder. Who do we talk about next? We can talk about Gaku Ganji. We can talk about Toge and Miwa. So Gaku Ganji, you know, this Yamamoto-looking motherfucker, the grandpa with the rock guitar. Pretty cool. Intriguing curse technique. Pretty simple. He's probably got more to him, but we just don't know. Him as a character evolved over time with Yaga's death, which is pretty cool, and Gojo makes note of it when he talks to Gaku Ganji just before in the most recent chapter, saying that, like, Gaku Ganji has changed for the better, because normally Gaku Ganji would immediately have told the higher-ups about the ability to, you know, make cursed corpses with 3 cursed corpse cores, you know. He would have said that, but, you know, he didn't, because, you know, the higher-ups asking him to kill Yaga kind of changed his entire perspective. Like, I like Gaku Ganji. You know, he hates Gojo because Gojo's just like a young prick, and he's an old head who just doesn't like him, and that's fine. I feel like we'll get more of Gaku Ganji towards the end. But right now, simple, likable, grade 1, not much to say. I didn't even talk about Hanami, did I? I didn't even talk about Hanami. Do Jaquan next. He's not on the board, brother. I'm sorry. But Hanami, out of the disaster curses, I don't hate Hanami, but she's the one I hate the most. She's the one I like the least. She is intriguing where she gets fight. I don't know the fucking. Hanami fights. Starts to enjoy the fight, and she's like, oh, Mahito, this is what you were talking about. Fighting is fucking fun. When she's getting washed by Yuji and Todo. And then she's also a dumbass because tries to fight Gojo, deactivates domain amplification, and then immediately gets crushed into a paste. We never see a domain amplification, domain expansion or anything, but, you know, cool design. I'll put it there. I like him more than Nobara. Toge, I fuck with. I'll put him there. Simple design, I like him. Loses an arm, still pretty chill. Like, just the one interaction where Gojo turns off his limitless so everyone can pat him on the back, and Inumaki, like, kicks him because he's missing an arm. That's pretty wholesome. He does try, despite the fact he's a semi-grade 1, I think. That's his rank. He does nothing against Hanami. Like, he just goes, Butabe, and fucking coughs up blood, and it does nothing to Hanami. Like, Curse Speech is the best users of Curse Speech aren't Curse Speech users, it's Yuta, which is fucking stupid. Like, he is cool. It's just his best feats are in JJK0 against Geto, and then the damage he did nothing. Miwa, I fuck with Miwa because she's a simplistic character. She's relatable in the similar way to Kusakabe is, and she uses a simple domain. And on top of that, she's the reason Maki didn't die in the Malevolent Shrine recently in the past couple of chapters, because she's in front of Maki doing a simple domain protecting her, which is pretty cool. Even though she made the binding vow to get revenge for Mekumaru by saying she'll never swing a sword again, it does get stopped by Kenjaku pretty easily, but she still, you know, she gives it a go, and I respect that. You know, it's pretty cool. Not much else to say. She uses the new shadow style. That's a plus in my book. For some reason, it stated in the fan book that the reason she could see curses is because of her hair. I don't know what that means. I don't know why blue hair equals you can see curses, but okay. Miwa and Ino putting in work. Yeah, the last thing Ino says on panel, it was like, I think I did a pretty good job for someone on my level. And like, yeah, he's putting in work. I feel like everyone could agree with that. I haven't talked about Camo either. I haven't talked about Camo. Kamo annoys me. He is the opposite of Choso. While Choso is impressive and has hacks abilities through his blood manipulation, Kamo just doesn't. The only good feat he has is hitting Cursed Nelia, but it feels like more of an it feels like an outlier, to be honest. Like, he shouldn't have hit that. But Camo's you're getting destroyed in Curse Clash right now. Play better. Play Teen Ghetto. I've been playing the fuck out of like young Ghetto, and he's fucking busted. I fucking love him. Anyway, Camo, I like how his prep time stuff where, you know, he'll get blood bags ready for fights. He teaches Yuji about blood manipulation, even though, because Choso can't, he does it on instinct. I like that kind of dynamic between the two, and the two differences between their blood manipulation. I like how he's more of a realist towards the fight with Sukuna, where he's like, if I'm on that battlefield, I'll be useless. I can't do anything. And he's a realist about it. He'll like teach everyone else stuff that he can, and he'll help in what ways he can besides fighting, because he's going to escape with his family. Like, there's nothing he can do. He's just going to leave. He can't do anything. He's a realist about it, and I respect that, but I don't really give a shit. Yeah. So we got Megumi Maki. I'll go Charles because someone said Charles earlier. I will put Charles here. Maybe even here. I really like Charles. Is Rika the finger bearer 3? No, she doesn't have a fucking Sukuna finger. Oh shit, you're right. I'm a silly, but shit, you got me. Maybe. Anyway, Charles, I really like G War Staff and how it works as an ability. I like that he gave it to Yuta, or Yuta took it. I like his character of just being like a mangaka and also almost like a self-insert for Gege. It's really cool. It's really interesting. I like his interactions with Akari, where he wants inspiration, but Akari just wants to fucking fight him, and Akari just like makes fun of him and calls him a disgusting otaku. And then Charles is like, why did you have to say the meanest thing possible? And then they fight. And Hikari does what he always does in Domain Expansion, but still a fun fight to read. We know he's alive because we see a panel of him when Yuta uses G War Staff in his domain, which is pretty cool. But yeah, not much else to say about it. I fuck with Charles. We're getting towards the end now, which is good because my throat's starting to go dry. Oh, now we have Eternal Flame's nemesis, the boy Panda. I feel like Panda's a love or hate character. I just said that, but I'm in the middle. I do like Yaga. I like his interaction with Yaga. You know, pandas can cry too. That's a fact. That's a great fucking like little page. He's just a panda with boxing gloves at the end of the day, but his backstory put him up a little bit for me. I think his backstory is adorable. I do like his backstory. Is there anything else? Like, I don't really care for him. I don't hate him. I don't like him. He's just kind of there. I put him like there. I don't think he does enough. He fights Mekamaru. Like, he doesn't do... He gets one shot. He uses his sister against Kashimo. Kashimo one-shots it, which is a shame. He becomes a little chibi panda. But we just don't... He doesn't do enough for me to care. Yes, he's in, like, the Fight Club little arc, but, like, it's not... Don't really give a shit. Ui and Meme, since they're together, I'll have to put them mixed together. I think I like Ui a lot. Meme is okay. I've liked her more with how she said Kusakabe is the strongest grade 1. I think that's pretty dope. But beyond that, don't really give a shit about her. I don't really care, to be honest. Don't really care. I use my sister in fights all the time too. Just fucking yeet them. But yeah, Meme's whole philosophy of strengthening her body and reaching a pinnacle of strength as a grade 1 as she could is really cool. Bird Strike is intriguing. The way it's been used with Toto's Boogie Woogie is really cool. Ui has a symbol domain. His curse technique to teleport shit and change people's souls is really cool. It's just, we don't know the like actual details of Ui's at the moment, which is a shame. There's not much else to say, to be honest. Like, Ui is the one that saved Kusakabe's life, so he's inherently not going to be in C tier, but yeah. Toto, you go up a bit. I like Toto more than Akari. Toto's like introduction in Shibuya, talking about the bells, just, you know, talking about the impermanence of all things, but sorcerers are the exception because they will pass down their wills to one another. I think that's really cool. I think that's a good, like, philosophy in the society. It's intriguing. Boogie Woogie is simple. His comeback is cool. The Vibroslap idea is cool. Unique. May Drake Master. BBL Drizzy. Fucking Toto's, Black Flash stuff. He's just a cool character. He's on the battlefield right now fucking with Sukuna, which is pretty ridiculous, but yeah. I'm trying to get through these last couple ones because I'm starting to run out of breath and get tired and dry mouth. How's it hanging upwards or down? Bruh. Go Megami, potential, man. Everyone else on the list has multiple versions. There is just one Megami because he doesn't really get stronger or weaker. He's just fucking Megami. I guess you've got post-domain and pre-domain, I guess, but everyone views him as like the Sasuke of the series, and I can see why. Did you see the guy who made a Vibroslap video addressed the meme? No, I did not, but that's kind of funny. I mean, I've bought a Vibroslap just for my Boogie Woogie video. I think the 10 Shadows is a fucking overrated technique, but, Megami is a character, very simple, wants to save Samiki, doesn't want his friends to die, is kind of depressed right now. I know a lot of people are writing fanfics about how when Megami takes over his body again, he's going to be evil Megami, he's going to destroy the world on some, like, Sasuke shit at the end of the series, but I don't really give a shit about him. He's like, it's an unfortunate thing when, like, in a series like a shonen, the main three, or like the main trio of Nobara, Yuji, and Megami, none of them are like in my top 10. None of them at all. Like, I don't fuck with them. I really don't. He said something about you've learned how to boogie woogie 50 times in a second. That's pretty wholesome. Well, we've only got 4 left. Marky. Look, listen. I don't give a shit about Maki, right? She's cool, but she fights Naoya, and we don't like that. I know she's like the antithesis of him. I like that. That's cool. The Soul Split is cool. But she just feels like another way for Toji to come back because Gege loves him so much. I like her design. After, like, the Jogo stuff, she looks cool. Megami, I don't really like Megami. Maki, I like him more than Megami and the people before her. She does have cool fights. Like, there is always cool visuals in her fights. She is a monster when she, like, destroys a colony on her own and shit. She's, like, doing shit. She's cool. But I don't really give a shit. She's, like, got a funny relationship with Yuta, but, Okay. I'll go Takaba, Yorozu, then Yuta, because that's just the order I'm going in. Just let me get a deep breath, because fuck me, right? Hold on, just let me stretch. I'm fucking tired already. Check the stance. Right. Takaba is a fun character. The comedian is dope as a curse technique, said to be more potent than Gojo's Infinite. Limitless, sorry. The fight with Kenjaku. Pardon me. At the time, it was very slow. It was. The fight was very slow. But, what you call it? When looking back at the Takaba fight, it is, very fun. If I had Takaba's technique, I'd die in 3 days because my humor's broken. Probably, yeah. You'd just scroll through your phone and then you'd explode or some shit. That's probably what would happen. That's what that happened to me. But anyway, he's funny. The Nurse Kenny stuff is funny. Him just summoning a special grade just for it to get hit with a fucking truck. The Fanta Sea, a sea of Fanta, his fantasy. Him being on stage and telling jokes with fucking Kenjaku was funny. It's just, at the time, I could tell why a lot of people were pissed because, we want to get back to the Sukuna battle, not Takaba telling jokes. That's fine, but I still enjoy his character for what it is. Yorozu, I fuck with. Where the fuck do I put Yorozu, though? Yorozu feels like a very intriguing parallel to Sukuna, whilst she is strong and mega busted, and like, a lot of people would put her as one of the top 5 in the entire series because she is busted strong, right? At least Power Scales will put her in the top 5 anyway, because of her domain and insect armor and shit, but whatever. She perfectly personifies like the opposition to Sukuna, just like self-importance, with her like yearning and passionate love and his indifference. It's intriguing. Like, if you can beat me, fucking marry my corpse. I don't give a shit. It's intriguing. Her entire battle with Sukuna is very, very intriguing to like as a little character analysis. If her going crazy, like, you won't use any of your curse techniques. Fuck you, dude. I'll beat your ass. That's funny. I think Yorozu is a very fun character. Like, the way she like talks in shitty haikus when she's like reading stuff to Sukuna, and Sukuna goes, "Wait, you fucked up the haiku. It's just guaranteed perfect sphere." Yeah, and perfect sphere just erases shit. It's like a fucking slow-moving hollow purple that you're trapped in a domain with, and you can't like it'll just hit you. It's just, Sukuna just went Maharaga, and then that was unfortunate. But Yorozu still busted. Yorozu would probably beat Kenjaku, Yorozu would beat a lot of people on the pretty much everyone below. People always argue between Kashimo and Yorozu. That's always like a heated debate, and that's like highly up for interpretation. But I still prefer Yorozu. Now, there's not much to say. I just really like her character. Her whole character being love for one of the worst characters in the series, like evilest characters in the series, is pretty cool. I'd put Yuta. He really shot up for me in the latest chapter. His first Maharaga, please, Maharaga, please. I love how Sukuna wasn't going all out against Gojo, but when he saw that hollow purple forming in the air, he literally screams, Maharaga! It's fucking funny. And then it cuts to Gojo in the afterlife in the airport, and Gojo's like, I couldn't even get him to go all out. Yet, in the real world, Sukuna was like, Maharaga, what am I gonna do? It's funny. But anyway, I really like Yuta. His development with the most recent chapters have been foreshadowed through his interactions with Yuro and Yuru, and I very much enjoyed it. And I explained it in my most recent video, and I'll reiterate it a little bit, where it's like, him as a character has always been, very simplistic, and I will protect my friends. He's going to be altruistic. He doesn't like fighting. As said in the fight with Ryu, he doesn't like conflict. But, Ryu melted his heart, so he would fight. So he would enjoy the fight for the first time ever, or maybe the only time ever. And Yuta, after this fight, realizes and is told his altruism is going to get people hurt. Him just letting people survive is going to get people killed. And then Yuro also says, the strongest, as I said earlier, have the strongest sense of self. And Yuta gives that up in the most recent chapter. He gives up his sense of self. He becomes a monster. He becomes Gojo. His loss of sense of self in turn for a quick 5 minutes of power or longer, right? He gives up himself. He is not just Yuta anymore. He is Yuta plus all the memories of Gojo in the prison realm through the hidden inventory. Like, he sees all those memories, and he's a monster now. And I think that's very cool. He was willing to, get Frankenstein together if it means he can kill Sukuna. And I really like that for his character. Starting off with just like a kid who was just a prodigy, more blessed than Gojo, but, and then becoming Gojo. Like, the whole foreshadowing, even earlier on in the series, when Gojo says, there will be people who will surpass me, who will surpass special grade, who will be... And then you have Kenjaku saying, Yuta Okotsu will not be the next Satoru Gojo during Shibuya when he's getting sealed in the prison realm. He says that, like, I'm paraphrasing slightly, but that's pretty much the line he says about Yuta. And then Yuta does it. He becomes the literal next Satoru Gojo. I really like that for his character a lot. I very much enjoy it. I think it's really cool and really well done. And it's been foreshadowed through like the entire series. It's really cool. I very much enjoy it. But yeah, to be honest, I think I'll go like that. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, let me just make one little change. We're gonna get another Kusakabe and put him in S as well. There we go. Perfect. Now, 3 steps back, Timmy Turner. Why? Why is that of all the things I've said to you, what's stuck in your head? But yeah, that's the tier list. I mean, if you disagree with this tier list, you're a fucking idiot, because if you like Angel, you've been hitting the head with a rock, or you deserve to be hitting the head with a rock, and you think Kusakabe is below S, that's unfortunate. I hope you get the help you need, you know? But, yeah. Whilst I might end up changing these in the future, like maybe Urame will get backstory, or some shit. I don't fucking know. But a lot of these will be in similar places. Maybe Toji will go up. Maybe Toji will show up again. Like, fucking Yuta sees the flashbacks of Toji. Like, that'll probably happen next chapter. Knowing Gege, Yuta will flash back to fucking Toji. He fucking will. Anyway, I think I'll end the recording here and then cut it up, see how it ends up. Now, we're going to wait for this little bar to fill up, because if it fucking stops, it means the recording just dies, which is great, right? But yeah. Is there anything else we want to talk about quickly before I end the stream? Because it has been 2 hours. You know, I might stream again tomorrow, but I don't know. I think I'm just going to try focusing on releasing more videos for a while. I think I'm just going to try and, as I said in a community post, I recently unlisted a lot of videos from my channel. Now, I did this because if you just scroll through my YouTube channel, I obviously didn't always focus on JJK content, obviously, because obviously I kind of always focused on it because it wasn't, as popular, and it wasn't even out. I don't think I was into it when I first started the channel, but I've unlisted a lot of them because, the videos I make now would be recommended to people who watched my older videos, and my older videos, pardon me, they're very different to the videos I make now. So I've unlisted a bunch, and hopefully that might help my analytics, because, my view to sub count ratio is kind of fucking whack. My channel is kind of dying, if I'm honest, but hopefully it might, hopefully it'll do a little bit better sooner or later. I can only hope. Now, let's see this recording. Did it work out? Wait, where the fuck is it? Oh, it's a VLC file. Why the fuck is it a VLC file? It's 2 hours long, but why the fuck is it a VLC? That's why. Stand back, Timmy Turner. 3 steps. Why the fuck is Mr. Crocker the thing that sets you off, bro? That's crazy. I shall watch this now for the next 15 minutes. Subarashi. But yeah, I think there's nothing else left for me to discuss. If I'm going to stream again, I'll make another community post. I'll say my thank yous really quick, and then I'll end the stream. But first of all, thank you to Chris for becoming a member. Thank you, Juquan, being active in the chat. It's appreciated. Being very active. Appreciated. Joe Balls, thank you. Foxy, thank you. Jumbagali, thank you. As again, thank you. Chris, Tariq, Juquan deleted the message. What? You fucking idiot. Kusakabe should have his own tier. It's true, but I've finished the list now. Joe Balls, Foxy, Golden, the homie, thank you. You gotta say thank you to everyone, bro. Diamond, thank you. Not a British person. I hope you wake up British. Non-existent, thank you, homie. Spent Moss, you showed up, and then I immediately kind of shooed you away because I didn't want to spoil you that you be showing up. Yeah, I think that's everything. Who knows? Maybe I'll stream tomorrow and I'll just stream Cursed Clash as I talk about the series or something. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I think as of right now, I think the stream is done. Thank you very much, fellas. Thank you all again. Thank you all. Thank you again to Chris for becoming a member. And oh, this recording thing is still going. That's why. That's why it's not an MP4 file yet. But yeah, thank you everyone for showing up. Feel free to go back and watch all my videos again. Mwah. It will be appreciated. But yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I'll stop shilling now. And peace. Look after yourselves. About this bitch. Toodles, my doodles. Hope I see you next one. Peace. End stream. Yeah. Is that it?